Beautiful. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Dungeons and Dingnuts, the channel where we have low levels of intelligence and high levels of entertainment.
Oh yeah, we're back, baby. Let's go. We're back.
Yeah, sorry. I was not. Well, the reason as to why my voice is very monotone is because I am in a business mode right now.
Boo. I'm sorry.
Someone has to
Eli, this is literally the first time back in years. You got to remember that.
I know, and I have to be the business-minded one here, and then I have the rest of the Dingnuts here around me. I'm sorry.
You sweet
at least
summer
50%
child.
of the viewership.
We're
already.
not business-minded here. That's not how that works.
I'm very business-minded.
We're freaking Dingnuts, bro.
Eli.
Elijah.
Why is everybody
Eli.
but Eli wearing,
You're not listening to me, Eli.
company apparel?
Linda, listen.
That is a lie. Which is part of one of the first things I do want to talk about before. The title of this episode is very much Welcome Back and Recap. But one of the things for the Welcome Back is currently, for the time being, we will not be releasing any videos because we are working on getting better camera equipment so that you guys can see us in 4K, 8K, high definition. So we want you guys to be able to see us as best as possible, and we want to have really good visuals for you guys to see before we really start releasing that. So for the time being, we'll be directly audio, so you can still find the audio for sessions on YouTube, on Spotify, Apple Music, anywhere that you can stream. It will be there, or it will be uploaded to YouTube whenever we release an episode. So sorry that there's no videos, but we will be releasing stuff on TikTok. We will be doing some TikTok lives before sessions and maybe a little bit after sessions, so you guys can catch all the dingnut behaviory.
Ding-a-ling-a-ling nut.
I was almost forced to twerk last time. That was terrible.
Yes. So next time, catch us on the live stream, and we will have random challenges for each person in attendance, or just for stuff for you guys. Like maybe we'll include a monster or maybe an NPC, whatever it may be. If we reach our goals, you guys will get rewards for those goals. So do check us out on TikTok, because we will be posting more content on TikTok, on Instagram, and Facebook. So please check out our social medias. Another thing is another on top of us another thing on top of us trying new social medias and pushing out content there, we are trying to push out more. We're trying to push out consistently more videos. So we will be trying to stick to a weekly release. So once a week, we will be releasing an episode, whether that may be our typical Aventara content with our beloved DM David, and your typical Dingnuts. We will be trying to release those weekly, but we also will be mixing in some other adventures, some one-shots from me or other DMs, other systems like Daggerheart. We just recorded and finished a Daggerheart mini adventure, so be on the lookout for that. That is called The Last Prayer. We had some new players at the table. We did have David and Wesley drafted for that, but unfortunately due to scheduling, they weren't able to make it. But
The bane of all D&D parties.
Really,
that's a big reason why we're going to be doing a greater focus on more than just Aventara content.
Yeah, so
just because stuff always comes up, and we really want to be more consistent about this. Like, we really want to just like give you guys content, because we've realized that it's been a year?
Roughly a year since we stopped releasing anything. I'm sorry, guys.
Yeah, and you guys have still shown us support.
Which is wild to me. I thought that when we stopped, it was just going to drop.
No, yeah, that's what I was thinking.
I think that's what most
They
of
had
us
no
thought.
faith. I held faith.
No, but yeah, we just want to shoot a huge thank you
Yes,
for that.
thank you.
Yes.
And seeing you guys are already such like big fans, we're gonna make a greater effort as a group.
Yes. Yeah, we're gonna try to be better players and better people in the podcast.
I'll try to write better stories instead of just doing world building disease.
We love our world building.
I love lore.
He loves lore, which again, you'll see all of that with the new content that we are releasing. There is a whole lot of new stuff that you'll see from all the players and from all the DMs. So we will be pushing out content. Be on the lookout for The Last Prayer. It's going to be a 3-episode mini adventure with me as your DM or GM in Dagger Heart System, Gavin, Crimson, Reggie, and a new player, Trevor. We had 4 at the table. It was a really fun adventure, so be on the lookout for that. If you guys like the movie Sinners, if you like what else was some of the touchstones, some influence? If you like a little bit of horror, if you like a little bit of
It wasn't the scariest thing ever, but you could definitely pick up horror sense on it.
yeah.
Think of like, I know Demon Slayer was one of the touchstones.
Yeah, Demon Slayer is one of the like
I would
influences.
think like it was Sinners by nature.
Yes.
It was Sinners by nature, but in horror it was more Demon Slayer because there was some stuff, but it wasn't primarily that.
Yeah, I'm still working on horror, so it's not like ooh spooky scary, but it is like
If you
there's
want
the idea
that,
of
listen
horror.
to Lunar Convergence.
Yes, if you want horror, go listen to Lunar Convergence. That was a spooky one for us.
Or just don't, because I'd rather forget that one ever happened. It's still nightmares.
Oh, that was a fun one.
Or I've
I know,
got
I
so
gotta
much
watch
trauma.
I wish I was there.
It was a fun time. So we will be pushing out new content. I am currently working on another adventure. David has seen the pitch for the adventure.
It's a good pitch.
It's going to be a lot of fun. So if you guys like, and maybe it's a little bit of a tease, if you guys liked the most recent Suicide Squad movie by James Gunn, then you'll really enjoy this adventure, this mini series. It will be goofy, but it will also have interesting characters that you may hate or love.
Yeah, I'm also, I mean, this one's a lot further out than I'm sure even Eli's is. But I kind of want to make a world too, and we'll see if that turns into a campaign or just a bunch of minis and one-shots.
Regardless, we are also here to help you guys get a little bit caught up, because despite not recording for a year, we have continued playing. I will not release these people until they actually play through my game. So
It's true.
we are here to tell you about the lost
We're locked in the
sessions.
dungeon. He locked me in my own house.
No, yeah.
So yeah, we are here to give you the recap of what I would like to call the lost sessions. This is everything from let me look it up real quick. I'm pulling it up. What the last session was called? I believe I called it.
While he's looking that up, it's not the Lost Sessions. You got, if you guys are One Piece fans, it's basically the Void Century, but it was just the Void Year. We're about to give you the lore of the.
There's another One Piece reference. One Piece.
When I made a section of my world based on pirates, I really should have expected this.
Reggie is obsessed with the One Piece, and we will
if you've
continue. There will
watched
be so
it, you
many
would know.
mentions of it. Well, I enjoy One Piece. I love the live action. I've been watching One Piece anime. I'm still in like Arlong Park arc right now. As
You will hear
recording.
me sigh a lot.
So there will be a lot of One Piece references. If you guys can count how many, I would love that.
Give it a tally, baby.
But the last episode that we recorded was called Striking Gold, where we were at the beginning of the Dragon Trials in the Northern Isles. That is where we left off. Since then, we have still played just because of scheduling and trying to get recording equipment. But now we are back. We have recorded a few sessions already. And we have those being edited and being primed so that you guys can enjoy them at their fullest. Again, weekly release. We will pre-record and you guys will get those episodes and you don't have to wait. It'll be a great time. We really want this to be good for you guys.
That's our goal.
Can it be good for me, Eli?
No, not for you. But before we get into the recap, there was, I believe I had 2 more little housekeeping things. I know you love business. I love business.
Eli really does love business.
Business.
I do love business.
You ever thought about a business minor, Eli?
I currently have thought about it. Okay. I'm like, if film doesn't work out, I will do business.
Business
I
is
kind of
great at it.
enjoying that right now with the Dungeon and Dingnuts.
and Dingnuts.
Currently, one change is we have changed from Kings of Media as a whole production to Dingnut Media because we realized that we are all Dingnuts. We may not be kings, but we are Dingnuts together.
And we will embrace that.
We were downgraded in royal status
and upgraded in legendariness.
You ever played Scum?
So we have changed it from Kings of Media to Dingnut Media, which I think it's pretty nice. I think it's kind of cool.
It fits.
It fits a lot.
Fits us.
And if you guys really want to, me and David may collab and work on releasing a sort of source book of sorts, or
I
just
have 100 pages of world building.
I also have close to 100 pages of just lore and world stuff. So we may combine and slowly start dropping some NPC stat blocks, monsters, races, items, and such. And then maybe at some point we will compile it into like a Dungeons and Dingnuts source book that has stuff that you've seen and stuff you haven't seen. So if you are interested, please let us know, because me and David are not going to stop making stuff.
Nope.
We just need an excuse to make more.
Did you want to see Bubba's stat block? Too bad. You're getting it anyway.
I think I already released it.
Oh, right. I forgot. That did happen.
That was one of the first things we released. There is
I
so
really
much
like Bubba, okay?
we love Bubba, and if you guys do as well, please make art of him. I would love to see art of Bubba.
Oh my gosh, that'd be hilarious.
But now we're about to get into the recap, and I think I will hand it over to no one else better to start the recap than our beloved DM, David.
All right, so
Now I can get into Dingnut behavior.
Yep, Dingnut times. And unfortunately, now I have to be the voice of reason. Okay. So, a lot of things went down.
A lot.
Like, a lot of things. If I'm remembering correctly, the last thing that happened is that basically our friends discovered a horde mimic after discovering an island where they could properly see dragons. Is that correct?
Oh,
Yeah.
simpler times.
Simpler time.
Simpler time.
I don't know if I have the levels that we were at that point. Maybe we're level 9, but we were.
You guys
lower
have
levels-
leveled up at least twice.
Yeah,
Yes.
we've had 2 levels since then.
I think we were level 9 at the end of that, which Flynn during that time made his little JJK inspired teleportation spell where he could swap 2 things places. I love that spell so much still.
I have just learned how to deal with it.
I haven't used it as often.
No, yeah, and I'm trying to think the last time you used it.
I haven't used it recently. I use my spells sparingly, and I try to diversify them.
Yeah, Eli's has a lot of spells made for one-time uses.
Yeah, they're situational spells.
Hey, if you don't have them, then you're not ready for that situation.
Exactly. Look, Flynn is Batman, Iron Man type situation where he comes into an encounter and he tries to have the right spells prepared, and if he doesn't, he makes a spell for that and tries to find the right thing. It's like, okay, cool. I couldn't beat you. Give me a week. Now I can beat you.
Yep.
It's been 1 week since you beat me.
So yeah, so just to give a little bit of background from that last time, just a recap of something you may have already heard. In order to try to find out the information that Duger is attempting to find out what connections there may have been between the Northern Isles and Hransteil, the dwarven clan that he is a part of, also known as the Duergar recently. However, every time someone tries to tell him anything, he can't remember. No one remembers. And Flynn has made numerous mistakes in transcribing spells because of forgetting steps that he's done in between. Very annoying. So, in order to try to figure this out, they need to officially join one of the clans. So they're going to take the Dragon Trials in order to figure it out. Dragon Trials consist of 3 different trials. Different clans decide which one is which each year. So yeah, this year the first one is hosted by Hrandoragon, the Dragon Clan of the Northern Isles. And it is to traverse the Rubble Belt, a series of floating tiny chunks of an island that was demolished long, long ago, jumping between the pieces in order to get to the Dragonelle spawning grounds and bring back a Dragonelle for training. Preferably in egg form, as that one is the least likely to attempt to kill you along the way.
Yes, the easiest way to complete these trials is to get an egg, but we are also dealing with other tribe people and dragons.
Yeah. I mean, it's the easiest way, but sometimes the easiest doesn't mean you're the strongest.
Exactly. And we had Bjorn along, who had just barely joined. So our wonderful heroes went on an adventure, fought a horde mimic completely coincidentally, got insultingly catcalled, I guess would be a good way of describing it, from Hronwulfrir warriors who did not like Bjorn or any of his associates. And then they showed up. You guys want to tell about your experiences on the island trying to get said eggs?
Everyone goes down one by one. Not me first.
Yeah, no, I vaguely remember that because I don't think it was recorded, but I believe Bjorn showed Flynn that his boots that he got when getting Coryllis out from the snow, they're actually boots of flying. He's like, are you gonna use your boots? He kept on
I literally walked up to him. I was like, "Oh, you're not using. Can I have your boots? You're not using them."
He's like, I'm literally walking. What do you mean? I'm using my
you're not using them correctly.
Well, I mean, I'm walking in them. I put them on. I wax them. Like, what do you mean?
They fly now.
They fly now? They always did.
What do you mean they fly now? Because I think at that point we also saw that there were other Wolfnirs that had flying boots.
The reindeer clan is the one that had the flying boots. Because they don't have their own homeland.
And I think Flynn was a little envious, like, gosh, I wish I could fly like that. And then Bjorn over here is just like, your shoes fly. I'm like, what? No, they don't.
So yeah, and that was the reason that what's-her-name charged you 50 gold for those boots. A significant discount, actually.
A discount. And I was like, that's so much money for just shoes, but I guess I'll pay for it. So yeah, Bjorn showed me that I had flying shoes, and I used those a couple of times to help traverse this very difficult rubble belt.
Y'all don't know difficult. I'm running a different game for a different campaign with other group in the Quaking Frontier. That is difficult to traverse terrain.
I think I also linked us up telepathically as we were going through it, and I don't know if it was recorded or not. I'm pretty sure it was because it was the beginning of the Dragon Trials, but Eliza was part of the party helping in the trials.
Yep.
And I think not Venora, but
Master Voro. Silva.
Silva was part of the trial team as well. She was helping us along, trying to traverse.
Yep. So that was the group. Silva,
Eliza, Bjorn,
Flynn, Bjorn, Duger, Coryllis.
Yes.
I remember it very well, actually, because Bjorn's a very big man, and he could run very fast, and so he just started running ahead of us. And I was like, I don't want to lag behind like a loser. And I realized I had boots of springing and striding, so I kept up with him.
I forgot about those.
Yeah,
You have those.
I do. So me and Bjorn are just running up ahead, and Duger was a little leg boy. And Eli was being very well. He didn't know. I don't think.
I told him.
That was Zen.
I just didn't really know how to utilize them, so I was like, I'm gonna stick to what I know. But knowing that they can fly, I'm gonna keep that in mind. And I was just trying to use I think Duger was using the gravity squalls.
He was.
He did not use the gravity squalls because he was using currents, but the gravity squall is the storms that happen again.
Yes, he was using the currents to traverse.
I was using the currents,
faster.
and I was using some fancy spells.
He was also using his gun to get recoil to launch himself places.
It was awesome.
That was my personal favorite method.
It's very Duger-esque.
Yeah. So I think that was us trying to traverse.
We were just trying to get somewhere fast. We didn't know where because they didn't tell us where these egg things were.
They just said,
but we
"Go."
started following the other
Everybody
Viking
else.
clans and saw there was like nests and stuff like that had no eggs in them. But eventually we got to this like one floating island of just straight on dragon eggs. And we found that once.
It wasn't one floating island.
It was multiple.
It was a bunch of them put together because they made it like this their own little nest.
They pushed the biggest dragonelle,
made
the
a
Oxheart
floating
dragonelle, push the chunks together to make the nesting grounds.
And I was scared because we had a giant, like, steel-looking dragon right in front of us.
Yeah.
And I said, guys, we need to be careful. Please don't anger it. And woe behold, my party decides I'm going to fight it.
That wasn't the alpha one at the time. It was right after.
I wasn't talking about the alpha. I was just talking about dragon in general. We saw a dragon. I was like, I'm scared. I'm going to hide.
Oh yeah, your dragon fears were so much worse back then.
It still is bad, but it's a little bit better currently.
Wait, didn't Coryllis end up like getting the egg for you?
He got Duger got an egg for Silva. So what happened is after other people showed up and it disturbed the nest.
Right before that though, Duger, we were at this small little island that was semi-bigger that had some ruins on it. And we were trying to just plan out this whole thing, but in the basement.
Right, the basement had a glyph of warding.
Yeah.
It had a glyph in runes that we tried to decipher.
And then
Right, I forgot
Duger,
about that.
I think he just touched it or he deciphered it, and you had like a vision of something. You got activated. You could see all your tattoos and stuff were like lighting up like the Avatar. And then Bjorn was like, he's an ancient one or something like that.
You used your shield. You used your shield, and your shield showed the symbol, the clan symbol.
Yeah.
The mark of warding.
That's what it was. And then we killed that. Was it that the silver dragon, or there was just?
It was a horde.
That was just in the basement.
Yeah.
Horde mimic.
Horde
that
mimic.
we did like record a little bit, but that is still great recapping stuff. But then we do get to the main like
We got up.
wall of islands with other eggs. I think you were the first one to act, and you went and tried to catch as many eggs as possible.
Well, before we get to that point, very important, the dragons got disturbed by other people coming.
Yes. Yeah.
The dragons started swarming, and Silva, in order to buy you time, basically told Duger that if he didn't came back without an egg, she was taking his, and then ran off, making lots of loud noises and flashing lights in order to draw as many of them away, and that bought you guys about 3 minutes to be in and out.
Well, there's also the gravity surge.
That was later.
That was a little bit later.
That was
It was also
towards the
after
end.
I got on a dragon. I started flying around, but I couldn't control it. I remember at the time, and so I was like, I had to abandon it.
Yeah, we're getting a little ahead of ourselves.
Then we
I
started.
think that was at the island with the mimic.
It was.
yeah, just left the spot.
And then after that, that's when people started showing up. We're like, oh shoot.
And then I started to get beat up by that pink dragon too.
That's right. You got hit with like wisdom saves and everything.
Yeah, which Duger is not wise.
Yeah. I love the Fey Dragonelle. Those ones are so fun.
So yeah, there's like the little eggs. I feel like Coryllis grabbed like a billion of
He
those.
grabbed a
I
lot.
think 2. It was 2, and I tried to get a third.
No, yeah, it was a bunch of little eggs that he just kept grabbing and
No,
pocketing.
they were good eggs. They were really high quality.
No, but they were like little as in like easy to
small
grab.
size.
No, there was 2 different kind of eggs. There was like a harder one that was
dropped
like the,
Galti on the dragon.
It was like the what was it? David. What was the second hardest egg to get? It was like the magma one. It was like it looked like it was on fire.
I'm Blazeback Dragon.
That was the first one I got because I got onto the island and I was able to like sneak around, find one, and get out. And then on my way back, I just found one floating around during the gravity surge or something like that.
So-
and snatched 2 of them.
basically what happened because to avoid jumping around.
Yes.
Our party went in to try to get their eggs. We'll have each of them tell the story of their own guy and like what their exploits on their way. But halfway through, basically, Duger managed to get his egg, and Coryllis managed to get 1 egg before everything went crazy. Before shiz hit the fan.
Yes.
Then, how the shiz hit the fan, a gravity squall started. They knew it was going to happen. Duger saw it coming. So they knew that it wasn't very long before that it would happen.
We're missing the most
suddenly a
important
massive
part
one went-
before all of this.
What is this we're missing?
Bjorn fighting the dragon?
No, this is at the end of it. That was during the gravity squall.
no.
No, that was during.
the
That was
gravity
during.
squall.
It was during, bro. I remember.
Because he was flipping around gravity in the middle of it, having to take advantage of it.
Thanks a lot, Eli.
Look, I remember because I sat there like, okay, what do we need to do?
We're gonna get to that. We're gonna get to that. No more spoilers.
This
until
is
we
why
get- So Coryllis runs off. He finds an egg. He stealthily gets it. Then Duger has the first majorly interesting story of how to get the eggs.
Oh yeah, his was so funny.
Duger hops on Galti, is going all like fast as he possibly can, jumping across the things, and he's going and he's trying to get. He goes over and he grabs one of the Fey Dragonel eggs. Right off the bat and scoops it up. He thinks that this will be a good one for Silva, but he has his eye on a particular prize. The huge Oxheart Dragonel, the biggest Dragonel that are out there. Their size class huge, massive horns, huge wings, super tough opponents, very, very strong. He wants one of their eggs. Because of course he does. He needs the honor. He wants the big egg, the scary egg, the one that's almost as big as he is.
Yep.
So he's riding across things, goes and grabs that egg, and he's about to starts turning back. As he's turning back, the gravity squall starts, and eggs start going everywhere. And as he's running, he ends up accidentally Galti ends up accidentally stepping on a different egg.
Yeah.
And this ticks off one of the pink Fey Dragonel. Well, and
I end up not doing very well in the fight, and I get knocked off the island because I can't do wisdom saves. As I am falling, this dragon is trying to attack me, and from what I remember, I basically just told Galti to jump. And got very lucky, and all I imagine is just like this Dragonel is just like, yes, I've got you, and then it's almost like the Wile E. Coyote where the shadow starts and then it doesn't look up, it just like looks in the camera and then poof, disappears. That's it. As he gets absolutely whacked.
Yeah,
as Galti sacrifices himself.
Just Goomba stomped it.
he can rebuild it. He's rebuilt Galti like 5 times. So that's not a real
what model of
sacrifice,
Galti are we at this point?
This is like Galti like 6.0. I don't know.
We should really start recording which model of Galti we're on. I would be interested to know this information.
Mark 72.
Yeah, exactly. I am. No, and I don't remember exactly how I stopped myself from falling.
I do. So you're running over and trying to get. So you jump, you throw a rope attached to a spear or something like that. I don't remember. You shoot a harpoon or something, and it's so close, and it barely latches on. But because of low gravity, you don't fall to death. So you try to pull yourself up, but then it falls out. And right before you fall to your death, Silva, who came back to make sure that she got her egg, grabs the rope and pulls you back up.
Yeah, I do remember that now. It was one of those things where you're like, if you roll a nat 20, you can do that. And I think I happened to roll a nat 20 in that moment.
You rolled a 19.
Like, well, I guess he can live. I guess.
Yeah, it was a great moment. But we're about to get to some even cooler moments here pretty soon.
Yeah, Coryllis then proceeds to start doing some absurd gymnastics. He's
Coryllis.
with like low gravity shenanigan gymnastic times. He's flipping around, grabbing onto ropes, catching eggs out of the air and putting them back and collecting more.
Yeah.
Ends up getting like 3 eggs of various different types.
I remember that because I too rolled one of those nat 20s. And the gravity scourge just happened. And my egg squall, thank you, rolls off the edge. And I was like, freak! So I was like, start running at it. I threw like a dagger or something into the ground, and at the same time tying knots on the ropes, and I just jumped. And I just go, and I caught the egg, came back up, and then I found a couple random ones on the way. It was fantastic.
It was a very impressive moment.
Extremely.
It was cool. I felt
Meanwhile, Flynn is taking a significantly more cautious route because Flynn.
Yeah, Flynn didn't even go to catch eggs to the start because everyone just like dashed off. And then I was like, what do we do, guys? And they all left.
No, so
And I sat watching Bjorn.
No, so what happened?
That's why I'm like, Flynn didn't leave or do anything until after Bjorn finished because he was like, I'm terrified.
So what happened is, so Duger and Coryllis like run off, and Eli's like, "What are we doing? What are we supposed to do?" And I can't remember exactly what I say, but I like look at,
Biggest dragon, biggest honor.
Yeah, no, I look at him dead in the eyes and I go, biggest dragon, biggest honor, and like jump away. And he's like, what?
What do you mean?
Follows him because for some reason.
No, I didn't follow him. I stayed exactly
was just an
where I
eye
was
shot.
left. I was watching this entire thing, frozen in fear, because Flynn is a scared man.
So you guys remember those Oxheart Dragonel that I say are strong enough to push small islands around, like chunks of rock that are probably like 1,000 cubic feet of stone?
Yeah, so that's those. And Bjorn wanted to get one of those eggs as well. But he wanted to do it honorably and not like a thief. So he fought for it.
He went and fought the mother dragon of that big egg.
The father dragon.
Yeah,
the father.
Wanted.
So I walk up and literally like challenge the father into combat. Like I yelled at it in Draconic to like fight.
Which they understand.
Yeah, to fight me. And first roll with my axes was like pretty abysmal. Did even like damage or anything.
Did not hurt.
And Bjorn's mindset was, oh, axes don't work on it. I must punch it to submission. I drop my axes and just start one-on-one boxing match this dragon.
Yeah.
It was freaking awesome.
Flynn doesn't know what to be scared of at that point.
Yeah, he was just-
the man that's fighting the dragon or the dragon itself that he's been terrified of. So there's two terrifying things.
Two monsters.
So yeah, like we said earlier, gravity squalls started happening, and like, how many minutes did you give us before the gravity squall started? Like just a minute, right? Or something
Yeah,
like
when
that.
you started this thing and you did not end this fast enough. It like for half the fight, gravity skull.
No,
was
yeah,
active.
it was literally a one-on-one fight. Like the entire time, nobody jumped in to help Bjorn.
because you specifically told them not to.
Yeah, and
Oh yeah, that's right. I just stood there. I was like, okay.
No, you weren't here at this
weren't
time.
there.
You
You were
were
running, grabbing
jumping
eggs.
around getting eggs.
No, I thought like, oh wait.
That's what I was saying.
chilling at
Flynn
the boat.
stayed.
I was just chilling at the boat once that happened.
No, I don't think I pulled the boat out at that point.
Yeah, the boat stayed in his pocket this entire time.
All the different things that were going on with Duger getting his egg and you getting your egg, that happened simultaneously as Bjorn was fighting the dragon. Because that's why I was saying I remember the Coryllis dipped almost immediately once he got there and went and just grabbed as many eggs as he could. And then Duger went off to try to get an egg for Silva. And then Flynn's left with this giant man that he doesn't know. And the giant man decides to go fight a dragon. And Flynn's like, I don't know what to do, guys. They all left me.
Yeah. So he one-on-ones this dragon so he could get past it and go to take its egg.
yeah, so gravity squalls are flipping us around.
Gravity is changing. A new gravity effect is happening every round of combat. So absurdly hard to plan what's supposed to happen next.
Yeah, we are just like slugging each other back and forth. And I eventually get to the point where I can end the battle, right?
I can end it.
And
He knocks out the dragon.
no, what happens is, so David has this thing where you can't do non-lethal takedowns except for special occasions.
Well, unless you're willing to take an additional penalty to the attack roll,
Yeah.
in order to show that it is in fact much harder to capture something alive than not.
But luckily me, my very last roll was a nat 20. And I say, instead of killing this, can I non-lethally take it down? And David's like, yeah, why? And I was like, because I'm not bringing back an egg.
Yeah, so it is at this point that I realized that I did not actually specify that the dragon needed to be in egg form. I just said bring back a dragonelle.
I thought you said just like bring back a dragonelle egg or a baby one.
He just said
But-
a dragonelle.
I thought at the time you said you can bring back a dragon, but that's a whole lot harder than getting an egg.
I don't remember if I said this before or after Bjorn did it, but yeah.
It might have been above the table kind of thing that was said of like, hey, you can bring back either one. That episode is out, I think, of
We can
like,
find
the
out which
challenge.
one- I don't remember
and the
which one I
rules. So
said,
you guys
but-
can tell us in the comments of like what he said.
But yeah, so Bjorn, realizing that he could knock out this dragon, instead of taking the child, knocks out the fully grown father and tells the mother and Dragonelle to raise their child to be as strong as their father.
You are now a single mother. Raise him. So I raise that child so I may challenge it.
We're not here making single mothers for a different reason.
And I just kidnap the father. So that's what Bjorn's challenge.
The rest of us out here snatching kids. You're out here snatching full-grown men.
Okay, y'all are acting like they're intelligent. These things are not intelligent creatures. Not like they're they're very, very smart for animals, but they're still just animals.
Yeah, I'm legit just talking to this thing like trying to have conversation. Like, raise your son to be a strong Dragonelle.
And it's just growling and just like, I'm gonna kill you. Like, I will just kill you. So then after that, Flynn just kind of walks away and it's like, okay, I guess he got his dragon. And Coryllis is in my mind, I envision Bjorn fighting the dragon owl, Coryllis just running back and forth, catching different dragon eggs, or just and then Flynn's like, okay, well, I guess I go catch an egg now before time's up. And I think I just walked around for a little bit and found Eliza had found a frostpaw egg. She found 2 eggs.
Not exactly. She found a mother frostpaw who had gotten impaled by a rock during the squall.
That was so sad.
And she talked with the dragon and basically promised to take care of the eggs.
Yeah, that's my girl. She talked to them and I'm like, oh.
Disney princess type-esque.
Very,
but only with dragons.
Very Disney
which is kind of
talking
opposite
with the creature.
To Flynn. Like, but no, she doesn't talk with creatures. She's only talked with one kind of creature the entire campaign. She talks with dragons, which is very foil to Flynn.
I refuse to talk to dragons.
No dragons. Dragons bad.
Yes.
That is definitely not an accident. Of course I did that on purpose to compliment him.
So yeah, she's like, hey, this mother is dying, it's dead, we are gonna take the eggs, but also she wants us to protect the eggs. And Flynn's like, okay, I guess I can just protect and raise a dragon, you know how I feel about dragons. And then Eliza's just like, are you gonna do it?
Quit being a wuss.
Yeah, and
that's what you said at the time too.
It's like, okay, fine, I'll do it.
No, that happens later. That's later.
Oh. So then Flynn,
that's in a session we have recorded.
That is.
Bjorn, stop being a wuss.
You guys will have to look out for that.
Bjorn's looking for heavenly inspiration from above. Bjorn, stop being a wuss. Oh, okay.
Be on the lookout for that.
Proceeds to get heavenly inspiration, break out a fear of thing, and kick someone's butt. You'll enjoy that very much when you see that.
Whoa.
That's
That happened
last episode.
This is in a year from now, a year actual world time of games from now.
Yeah. So
We just skipped like
a whole lot.
way ahead.
Sorry, I will restrain myself.
What about that staying on top?
So after that, we get the dragonelles, the eggs. I use the boat and summon him. Like, okay, cool. Duger, when's the next squall gonna hit? He's like, in like 5 seconds. I'm like, okay, cool. Coryllis, you're better at piloting this. So
that was a when you said that, my character looked at you like you were like sick.
Are you okay?
Look, Flynn may not like you, but he has to acknowledge the facts, and he knows that you are a more skilled pilot when it comes to these extremely hazardous and chaotic moments.
Flynn wants to be emotional, but he's too logical for that.
That's very true.
It's like, I want to be emotional logic. So
except for that other lost episode.
we'll get to that. So we summon the boat, we put the giant dragon on my ship, and we try to sail through this gravity squall.
Oh yeah. I remember this.
And Bjorn and me are trying to like divert floating rocks.
There's one more very important thing that's happening. Right before they all start escaping, so Duker found a box of something inside when they were poking through the ruins. and he pulls out a rock out of it and casts Conjure Barrage.
That's right.
At a Oxheart Dragonelle that's chasing him, and it does way too freaking much damage. And he realizes upon further inspection that rock that he dropped on them, one of them that fell into and cut super deep into him on a single thing, is a legendary crafting material.
Black diamond.
Gavin
And I just
regrets
threw
that
it
moment every day of his life.
Away.
You don't know, like every before session, Gavin has to remind himself that he got rid of one of the few sources of that stuff. It haunts him.
I have literal nightmares about it.
That and the monkey stealing it.
Yes. Oh my gosh, the monkey.
Oh wait, no, the monkey's the one that
guys.
put it in there in the first place.
Yes.
He found it in the ruins and then put it in there, and then he wanted to trade it, but fortunately Duger managed to trade for it first because that would have been tragic.
Yes.
So
Yes.
we get there, we go through the storm, and Duger's like, okay, it's gonna hit here. So we're working together as a team. Great job, everyone. We worked as a team.
I think that was our first like teamwork session.
I think it kind of was. Duger was directing where the gravity squall was. Coryllis was
Drifting through space.
and I think I had Bjorn. Like I tied myself to the ship, and I used the boots to fly and try to like divert rocks around. But I think Bjorn also was just punching rocks.
Bjorn was throwing rocks into other rocks.
I think I was literally like flinging rocks to rocks.
It's like, okay, hey Bjorn, hold this rope. He's like, okay. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, I was swinging you around too.
I launched myself. I jumped into there, activated the boots, used my sword, and stuck it into a rock. And I was like, please, whatever gods are out there, help me right now. Bjorn, start pulling. And so I'm an anchor on this rock.
Character growth.
He flings me. I let go of the rock. Or, like, I try. Yeah, I don't know how that worked out, but it worked out, and the rock didn't destroy my ship.
You used your sword, your magical moon
Yeah, I
blade.
like, stuck it into it.
No, there was another one. You like channeled energy into your sword and you pierced one of them. That was like the last big one, and it exploded and saved us.
Flynn did some
Something like
weird
that.
wizard magic stuff.
Wizard magic.
Sword wizard magic.
Magic fixes everything. Come on.
Very technical name.
I mean, Flynn believes it can fix anything. So. Very different thought process than the D&D movie where it's like, magic's not the solution for everything, Flynn. Actually, I have a spell for that. And if there's not,
Pushes glasses up his nose and snorts really loud.
he's like, actually, let me look my spell book real quick. There's not a spell. Give me a week. I can fix that.
It's been 1 week since you made that spell.
And then I think we made it back
Safely.
Yeah, we made it back safely. And
Almost safely.
Yeah.
what did I forget?
How do you guys forget about this?
So yeah.
Because we don't take notes.
So Bjorn, as he's going, the dragon wakes up after a day. This is concerning. Fortunately, Eliza has tricks up her sleeve, and she does something weird.
That's my girl.
It's really, to this day, none of you guys are actually really sure what she did because none of you guys ever asked or questioned how she could do this.
I was talking about this before we started recording, but these guys suck at conversating.
Look, we just said it. Flynn wants to be emotional, but he's a logical person. And if something just seems really like tense situation or just complicated, he just removes himself from the equation and just like, I'm gonna deal with that later.
Yeah, so
Duger's just
what
an
happens?
idiot.
She does something, and somehow they get emotion connected on like some sort of instinctive emotional level, like on the subconscious level, and suddenly they're not fighting anymore, and the dragon will let him fly on it. So, Bjorn and his newfound dragonelle pet go flying around for a little bit, and the rest of the party is following behind. And then suddenly Bjorn disappears from off of the back of the dragon.
No, it's the dragon that disappeared.
Right, the dragon disappeared and Bjorn stayed and then proceeded to fall. Fortunately, gravity doesn't exist in the Northern Isles, or more accurately, fall damage doesn't exist. So he's perfectly fine upon the landing. But that's weird. Why on earth did the dragon disappear?
And then I look around and see
retcon.
some old friends.
Oh, yeah.
Literally, I just looked at all my little companions, and all of them just made like I forgot about this face.
It's true, we did, and now it's coming back. I'm like, oh, that was a tough fight.
Yeah, so a bunch of Hran Wolfir warriors show up, and one dude that what was his name? Thorfinn or something like that?
I can't remember too.
It was something like that.
Yeah, he shows up, and he starts mocking Bjorn for being a coward. And then y'all pull up.
I'd like to point out that as he says this to Bjorn cowers at him. He doesn't fight back at these accusations.
And we were all like, bro, you just fought a dragon.
Why are you scared of these? I was like, I saw him take down. Yeah, I think we tried coming to Bjorn's defense. Like, he just took down a dragon. If that's not honorable, I don't know what is.
And then they are here for a purpose other than mocking him. They figured, hey, the only requirement to this challenge is to bring back a Dragonel. It never says capture it on your own. So they intend to steal your Dragonel. So they try to do that. You guys fight back. And as you're doing so, Duger, being the observant person that he is, notices something is weird. This dude, who is supposedly a warrior, is punching way too hard and also using magic.
Wait, is this?
Yes.
Well, no, yeah. I remember,
it is. It is.
I remember, but didn't... Because I feel like Flynn was talking with them at the start, trying to, like, calm things down.
Negotiate.
Yeah, I was trying to negotiate, and then I looked at Duger, and I was like, hey, maybe we should let these guys go. And, or is that a different encounter? Where
you were trying to convince them to let you go.
I think it was something like that, and then Flynn, it might be a different thing. I'm trying to remember. Look, my brain is scattered all over the place. Did one of these guys charm us in this encounter?
Yes, one of them tried to charm you into leaving and letting.
That's right. Yeah,
They charmed you. They didn't charm Duger.
No, they tried to charm me, and either I broke free of it, and then I played along. I pretended to be charmed, and then I got up close and personal and cast lightning bolt point blank on the guy.
Yeah, this did happen.
That was really fun. I was like, Duger, do you trust me? I think we should just leave. Lightning bolt.
That's right.
Yeah, he sets himself up in a perfect location, pretending that he agrees that they should just abandon Bjorn to his fate, and then lightning bolts them point blank.
Target's acquired.
I'm thinking of a different scenario where you also had the lightning bolt, but Duger was in your way.
There was. I think that's later. That's later. That's later down the line. I remember that one.
I don't remember this one, so I look forward to you guys reminding me. But yeah, this happens. The most important bit, though, happens when they fight for a little bit, and it gets clear that you guys are actually going to win this fight. And you realize that the other warriors here aren't really thinking for themselves. They're being controlled somehow.
Their minds are not their own.
Yeah, you fight this guy for a little bit, and then you discover that after a moment, the other guys pass out and do not witness as Thorfinn reveals himself to be a cloud giant.
Mama, he's big now.
Oh yeah, he's big now. He's a chonky boy. He is a very chonky boy, and he is a very dangerous boy.
Okay, dangerous.
Yeah. So you guys end up fighting this guy, and it's not going well for a little bit until Flynn breaks out good old domain expansion.
Scarlet Tempest. I was like, yeah, Old Faithful. I pull that bad boy out. That was one of the best moments too.
That's so funny, bro.
I was like, yeah, I pull out my domain expansion and trap the guy because I think he wanted to try to leave.
Yeah, but
he was trying to escape.
After two rounds inside of the domain, he tries to escape and can't.
He can't. He keeps on trying to run away. I'm like, this domain is an endless storm. You're not going anywhere, buddy. And Bjorn gets a pretty cool moment in that domain, I think.
Yes, and he ends up killing the giant, who turns into a giant thing of...
Didn't he? He didn't just kill him. He lopped his head off.
Yeah, I beheaded the thing.
Right?
And then you have a marble statue, headless statue, and then just the stone head.
Did we return that? Or
yes.
So we used the head as evidence.
Yeah.
Because
our inventory still.
so, for a little bit of context, giants are very. How do I say this? They are not liked in the Northern Isles because of a big old ancient history with them and stuff like that. And we could only assume that these giants were here to infiltrate and to corrupt the clans.
Which apparently they were succeeding at, because when they found them, they were mind controlling Hran Wolfir warriors. So they defeat this guy and bring it back and present it as evidence. Unfortunately, the clan leader that Bjorn ends up presenting it to is the Hran Wolfir one, and for some reason he doesn't take the threat seriously. That's a little bit weird.
But the thing is, everyone else still saw it as well. So everyone else, all the other ones were taking it a bit more seriously. But yeah, Hran Wolfir, which the reason I presented it to him first was because he was my original clan leader. He didn't show too much concern.
He's like, okay.
or any concern at all. He doesn't talk very much.
Yeah, that wasn't the only thing I presented to them though.
Bjorn got me in trouble.
That is right. He's like, the ancients have returned.
Yeah, so after
It's an
talking,
ancient one.
so yeah, no, literally after talking about the giant, I go, oh, by the way, everybody, I have an announcement.
He was like, ding, 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 ding. Like a wine glass, and like stood up and was like, I have an announcement.
For some reason, Bjorn channeled the arcane and cast thaumaturgy to make his voice heard by everyone.
Yeah, it's called yelling very loudly.
It's called using strength instead of charisma.
And everyone heard, hey, this guy over here is an ancient one.
Is one of the ancestors. That's
yeah.
the important.
Yeah, that's what I said. It's one of the ancestors.
He's one of the ancestors.
All the
And
heads in
everyone
the
just
room
went,
just...
Everyone looked straight at us, and then chaos ensued.
Yeah. Everyone's freaking out. Like, you killed a giant, so like you can't take this completely against it. Like, apparently the ancestors saved us from the giants in the past, so like I can't argue. Like, I don't feel like this feels symbolic. We can't argue with this directly, but like, what evidence do we have?
just a touch of symbolism.
And then like other things, like Master Voro's backing this up, and like everyone's freaking out, and there's chaos. But the chiefs basically say, "Nope, we're gonna talk about this. You come with us. Everyone else, chill." So there's a council of the chiefs, and basically it's said that if you are actually one of the ancients, then you'll need to walk then there's a place that we'll need to bring you to. You're gonna have to walk the path of chiefs, but before you can do that, you need to finish the games.
Prove myself.
Yeah, you have to prove yourself. You have to finish the games and become an official member of the clans.
That was a very scary meeting he had there.
Yeah, because some people I'm simplifying it.
I remember.
Wolfir wanted to
Did you
kill
go in
me.
with it? No, you sent your monkey in.
So did Dorgone.
So I could watch, but it was just
Ursur
Bjorn.
was kind of indifferent, and Renderful was just like, "What is
Ursur
going
wasn't
on?"
indifferent, and Ursur was completely silent.
Yeah, that's a better way of putting it.
After Litward, you ended up encountering a different member of Ursur who said that they were actually expecting this.
Oh yeah.
We knew you'd be coming.
But this happens later.
I've been expecting you. We've been expecting you.
Just as the prophecy foretold.
Yeah, so
The prophecy.
they're trying to figure out. So, like, you apparently need to prove yourself, and people are freaking out, and there's very conflicting opinions as to how we should be dealing with you.
Stirred the pot, to say the least.
That is an extremely mild way of putting this. So they start. So people start talking with them. You end up talking with Barry, who is serving Elderbrain Calamari.
Barry.
Yeah, you get some information about the clans, talk with people, start figuring things out. What you guys remember anything else that happens in this break in between?
Cool mud wrestling.
This happens in the next break.
It's the first one where.
Okay, then let's talk about the Mob Wrestling anyway.
Wait, is this the one where we go and see Barry? Yeah, it's right when I see
We get
Barry.
wasted here because of the Northern Isle Ale.
Oh yes, I forgot about that part. They get absolutely wasted.
Not me. Flynn's not much of a drinker.
But I went and had a little one-on-one talk with Bjorn, and he's telling me about how he's like this rejected person of his clansmen and that he's all alone.
No, yeah, because I was sitting alone, like sad boy hours, like away from everyone, right? And he walks up, he's like, "Why are you by yourself?" And I was like, "Cause I'm not accepted." All by myself.
It's so true.
And I was just like, man, I really like Bjorn. I am also alone and not accepted. Can we keep him, Eli? Hey, Flynn, can we keep Bjorn, please? That's what I was saying.
Yeah, that's basically what happens.
Which is great because he's asking the one guy that hates him. He's just like, you're asking me if we can keep the new guy who scares me.
The mass murderer.
The guy who continues to say, let's kill everything. And I'm like, I don't kill.
Flynn, he's alone. He's such a nice guy. He beat up a dragon.
I was there.
He's a teddy bear.
He's just covered in blood.
Just this huge bearded Goliath covered in tattoos eating by himself.
He takes the bear part of teddy bear to the more violent extreme.
He only looked like a bear because he looked like a hairy convict.
You know that one. It's that one reel of that big blonde dude is like, come on, try me, and he's like twitching. That's kind of what I imagine.
But beyond that, we learn Bjorn is alone and outcast by the others.
And
I
despite being
sympathize
extremely
with him.
violent, he's an extremely violent softie.
Yes.
Oh yeah, so after all the partying and stuff about successfully passing the first, these three went to who did they go to again to lodge for the night?
To Ron Roffin's camp and to the chief who's been giving them shelter.
So Huron Roffin and
Who's, by the way, one of the supporters for Duger, yes, being one of the ancestors. Mm-hmm. They're the ones that they helped with the dragon issues.
Yes. I think
And the...
So as they're leaving, because they're on a different island, as they're leaving, they look over at me, and I'm literally like unpacking my sleeping bag, like in the middle of nowhere.
and you're like, hey, they gave us lodging. You can come join us. You can stay up in the Ursa with us.
I think I was also asking you.
Yeah.
I think I was also asking right beforehand. It's like, hey, can we keep him as well? And you're like, no, we're not keeping him.
Keep him?
And then you see him unpack all by himself in the middle of.
I think Flynn was like, well, we still have 2 more trials, so we still need him. He's proven himself useful. So logically speaking here, I need him.
Flynn was once again thinking with his brain.
Yeah, it's not with his heart. But I think
Can we keep him, Papa Flynn?
let me weigh the pros and cons of keeping him real quick.
One-on-one.
They're very heavy on both directions.
But I think we convinced him to stay the night.
It wasn't that. It's that you like convinced me to go and just ask, because I already expected in my mind that the answer was going to be no. But you guys convinced me, and their chief said that I gain enough honor as of today alone, and that they'll allow me to stay the night with them.
And also that she had different ideas of what constituted
exactly.
being honorable.
And then we slept.
Ron Roffin is a special.
And then I think we heard home
I
in the
think
morning.
it's more the fact that Huron Wolf is the special clan.
That's a very good point.
Yeah.
Well, Oregon is also
Both of
kind
the-
of that way.
Well, every single one of the clans is unique in what they consider to be most honorable.
Yes.
I'm seeing some
Should
correlations.
we be taking notes ourselves, guys?
Maybe. I think I should be taking
Eli, you know I
notes.
don't take notes. That's
I
not
know.
my
It's one of my biggest pet peeves. And I don't take as many notes, but I still write down stuff.
I take mental notes.
Out of everyone that takes notes in terms of like remembering what happened in the plot, I am the only one that does it
Look,
consistently.
besides the DM, okay.
I take notes,
when I remind you. I'm like, when hey, Gavin.
Pertinent.
I'm like, hey, Gavin, you should probably take
Then you
notes.
should take notes always. It's always pertinent. How often have you thought something's irrelevant and then I brought it back out of nowhere?
It's only pertinent if I say it is.
Honestly, that's the funniest stuff when you're like getting like some lore dump and Eli like taps at you and you're like, you might want to be writing this down. And you're like, oh yeah.
You're so deep listening to Dave. Like, okay. I'm like, hey, Gavin, you might want to write that down because you are not going to want to forget this. And I cannot type as fast. You're like, oh, yes. Like, thank you, Gavin.
It's so good.
But I think we stay the night, right? And is this the morning we hear horns?
Remind me about the horns. I forgot about this part.
I feel like we stayed the night, and it
was the horns to indicate the beginning of the next challenge.
Okay.
Right. Yes, that is what happened. Okay.
We did hear horns this time, and I did not like it. And then we had to get ready for the next challenge, which took us to a.
Oh yes, no. I need to tell you how it started.
Yeah,
so this is an important start. So they get started. Kron Ursur is the one in charge of this next challenge. Kron Ursur are the ones who watch over the area for extra planar threats specifically.
Yeah.
Their clan values more than anything else 3 attributes: courage, wisdom, and vigilance. Those are the 3 that they value most.
I'm not getting in that one.
And they were told, so for your challenge, this right here gestures to a set of standing stones that have suddenly appeared in the middle of the island. No one's sure how they got there, like Stonehenge-style doors. Covered in mold and like mold is growing around it, almost grown together at the top. Points to the green goopy stuff mold and says, "This is a demon."
That's right. I remember.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, a demon.
When this demon completely envelops a doorway, it opens a portal to the abyss.
I do remember that.
You guys are going to go through this portal in the next, which will be opening in the next 2 minutes, and you're going to go through and you're going to bring back a demon head.
That's right.
What is up with these really quick trials? I don't have any time to plan anything.
Exactly. That's how Flint starts feeling. People in the entire area of the like rock hard Vikings rated for their entire life are suddenly extremely concerned.
They're like, we're about to jump into the abyss.
No one goes to the abyss. There are like 3 myths ever of people going to to the abyss ever and returning alive. No one does this. This is a death sentence. But you guys you're going in for, so maybe it'll survive. Who knows? But you guys end up getting together your courage, mustering together, and Bjorn.
Yeah, I don't know if they exactly what.
You know, actually, Bjorn, tell how it actually went.
It went Duger.
So-
Duger went Bjorn.
So these 3 are like talking like, do we do this? Is this safe enough? Do we risk it all to do this?
Yeah.
And like David is literally counting down as we're like trying to figure out whether or not we actually
and what
do
the plan
this.
would be after going through.
And as soon as he says 0, Bjorn grabs all 4 in a big group hug and jumps into the portal.
I didn't write my will yet. No.
Yeah, so he pushes them straight through this portal to the abyss. And they come out on a very nice, idyllic-looking island.
I know. I'm like, this is not right.
This is not the abyss I have been told about.
We ain't rocket scientists or nothing, but the abyss is normally described as being a fairly horrible place.
With a name like the Abyss.
It's a little home of demons, the outer plane of chaotic evil. Why is this such a nice place? And then they see that they look around, and in a tree, they find a note saying, "Congratulations, you have passed part 1 of the test." Courage is hard to identify until it is tested. For being willing to jump through a portal to the abyss, you are either extremely courageous or extremely foolish.
Dingnut.
The rest of this challenge will determine which it is.
What if it's a good combination of the 2?
I think Bjorn should inherit the Triforce of Courage.
I think he should inherit the Triforce of Foolishness.
I'm not.
Triangle.
Okay, that works shockingly well, but I digress. So, part 2 of this challenge is that on this island, there are 3 threats. One that is a current active threat. One that at one point was a threat, but has since been neutralized or moved on. And the third is a future threat. There are defined information about what the past threat was, and to neutralize the present and future threats before they can become a problem.
So I was like, you know what? This is lightweight, all right? So I was like, you know what? I just look around, and I recognized some growing moss.
They went through, when they went through the portal, they just came out of a tree that was right in the middle of a set of like the same Stonehenge standing stones. And
Exactly.
And what do you notice in it?
I remembered like this moss looking crap, and I was just like, what the heck? And so I was like, I looked at this crap, and I think Duger was the one who was like, this has some magic properties to it. I'm like,
I had my wand of
detect magic?
detect
The
magic.
Detect Magic box.
And I was just like, I think I figured out the future threat.
Immediately.
And we just,
5 seconds.
Literally, it was walking.
It was 8 at the latest.
It was so good.
and we just instantly burned it.
So wait, no. What was the threat? Like, say it for the.
I forget what it was.
It was a demon moss.
It was that same
Demon demonic moss that was
Mold.
going to
It
envelop
was
the
mold,
portal and
wasn't it?
everything,
It was mold, yeah.
and was going to just take over everything slowly as we were going looking through the other
It was like once
problems.
it completed, like it was around something.
Around
it
the
actually
portal.
does open a portal
yeah.
to the abyss.
If it connected the 2 parts of the Stonehenge together, then it turned into a demon portal, and we just
And Krillus was immediately like,
No,
that-
burn it.
burn
demons
right
burned
now.
by fire.
You shall be cleansed with holy fire.
And then I forget everything else after that.
Yeah. So yeah, you immediately identify it. Like the demon grows very slowly. It would be several, like potentially decades more before it's actually a threat. But at which point it would probably end the world because that's a very big portal that it's growing around.
It was huge.
Like
It was massive.
there is no demon other than like demon princes that could not fit through that portal.
Yeah, wasn't it like 10 feet tall?
Yeah, and like 5 feet wide, almost
Yeah.
anything could squeeze through that thing.
So we cleared that, but then also because it's like kind of serene and nice, I think me and Karillis both recognized this place a little bit, or at least we recognized there were tracks here. Like,
Yeah, so-
oh, this looks familiar. Why does the former Red Fang pirate and the person that has experienced Red Fang pirates recognize these tracks?
Yeah, so specifically when they're talking about tracks,
no
they're
comment.
noticing damage on trees and things like that. Like the trees never
it was a specific type of blade he was using.
Which
at the
now
time.
I'm like, oh,
Yeah, a type of poison that apparently if applied to something makes it so things can't recover. And like the plants haven't recovered even though these wounds look decades old. The plant never healed from it.
yeah.
And so once again, we almost immediately lock on to the past threat.
Yeah, so they're looking around trying to discover things, but they discover more interesting things about this island other than just the pirates. As they're looking around, they also see signs that something very large at one point lived on this island. Like claw trails. There also looked like there was like a random ditch that was completely grown with plants and all that stuff. But ditches like that don't occur in nature. Ditches like that occur when something shoots a laser beam through a mountain.
That's right. It was a laser beam.
Freaking laser beams.
Shot some lasers out of his eyes.
Oh, and of course there was the enormous 15-foot tall iron golem
With a blindfold.
with a blindfold.
AKA
Daredevil.
no.
That was funny. I remember it.
That thing was terrifying.
and crap like that.
Well, yeah, because I think
And it was guarding a door.
I think we
Yeah.
had because we split up the party.
What
at-
was it? A
Found
cave?
the garden, didn't we?
Yeah, because I think
Talk about everything you guys found that on there.
because I think Karillis and Bjorn found the little garden
No,
area.
it was
No.
Duger and Bjorn, I think.
That's right, because you forced me to go with Coryllis. That's right, you forced me to go with Coryllis.
Make friends.
I'm like, Duger, I hate you. Why would you do this to me?
Well, right before this, I found that ship on the shore as well with like some sort of
the wrecked ship,
the wrecked ship
with the journal
campfire
from the wizard.
campfire, the wizard journal, because there were some other adventurers that were tasked to come here and do something, but then you looked at their they were pirates, but you looked at their ship and it looked like it got blasted by a laser beam.
I was like, this doesn't seem right or natural. According to my brain and everything that I can think of, this makes the most logical sense here. And
Gabriel. it's the fairy godparents. Fairy godparents. It's Gabriel.
so he starts switching out and gets mad again that Gabriel was here. And I think Flynn and Coryllis attempted to have some kind of heart-to-heart conversation.
I think Flynn went, I don't like you. You don't like me. Let's get over it.
No. That's what Flynn said, and then Coryllis' response as soon as he finishes saying that was like, I don't not like you.
Flynn, yeah, you hate me. Gosh.
I don't not like you.
So yeah, Flynn was very much like, I don't want to have this conversation, but just to please Duger and tell him that I did, here's the bare minimum of the conversation. I don't like you because you were a Red Fang pirate and you were there. You don't like me because of, it's just clear you don't like me. And then he's like, but I don't hate you.
I thought you were just like stupid. I
was like,
no.
I think the others need us right.
Tsundere.
And then I just walked away. I was like, he's melting down. I'm gonna just.
I think the others need us now.
And then we follow the tracks of the cut grass from that blade. And it led us to that cave entrance that had that door inside with that iron golem in front of it. And it was like a tree forest of like a half semicircle of just trees and then barren grass. And
Well, there were also some stumps there.
there was stumps.
That's really important, the stumps.
Yeah,
part.
that was.
And it looked like the trees had been cut through in one slice. We were like,
By something large.
And then they see the iron golem with no with a blindfold. Along with an extremely large sword. And suddenly the fallen trees makes a lot more sense.
I think what did it? There was a Duger that just like stepped on a twig on the edge, and we see this thing
And it's like right in front of him, like inches away from hitting me. Like, oh, okay.
Well, before we got to that, me and Duger did our own little thing.
yeah, we did our own little exploration where there was that
very important.
little like secondary island off to the side.
Yeah,
right?
well, not that it was secondary island, but it was
a spire sticking up.
yeah. So we find this big old cliff face, right, where I lowered Duger down, and I fell in a stealth check and hiding in a bush. And it's just my head sticking out of a bush.
It's like, I wonder where Bjorn is. I can't find him. I remember now.
But anywho, Duger goes down there, and it's very obvious that this cliff used to not be a cliff.
Yeah, it was like there was like a very set spot where it looked like someone had like grown a garden, and there was like almost like a little bench and table, and like
There was straight up a bench and a table.
It was
there
a
like
stone,
bench, like a stone bench.
It was a
table,
big
and
one.
It was like
it could be like a big painters or cartography, but
It also looked out towards like the
Over the
and it was like this beautiful overlook over like the ocean, the island, and stuff.
Wasn't it like we finished our thing, head up, I found Bjorn, and then I just came down with you just to look at it, I think, something like that.
Oh, the one of the interesting things about it also is that it looked like there was like there was a table, like the table that was for art and sketching, and then the bench wasn't next to the table. The bench was also facing the wrong way.
Yeah, and I was like, that's weird.
It was
Why is
facing towards an large open area, like towards the wall, but like in between the wall and that was a large open area where the dirt was really hard packed, as if like a very large creature had spent a lot of time lying on that spot.
I was like, there's definitely a secret door somewhere, and I'm gonna find it. Never happened though. I was like, where's this door?
I did find.
He was very close. He was onto something,
Yes.
but it wasn't a door.
Yeah. We actually discovered that quite recently in one of our. Did we have that recorded?
Yes.
Okay.
Wait, no,
we do not.
That will be.
failed.
That's the one that
You'll catch that in one of the episodes.
Yeah.
But then we find this and we're like, well, clearly something is here, but we just can't piece it together. So then we go up to the giant statue.
Yeah, that's when we leave. We're like, we'll come back to this later. Let's figure out this other thing first. And yeah, every time anyone tried to step into the semicircle, bad juju happened.
Almost died.
In fact, I just said screw it, and I think what did I do? I just walked straight across like silently.
And that works perfectly fine.
And it worked perfectly fine. And then
It's blind. It's freaking
Bjorn
blind.
also roll like an insane stealth check.
Well, so before this happened, so Bjorn recognized the stone golem
Iron.
or iron golem as
an ancient.
an
One of the guardians of the ancestors.
yeah, guardians of the ancestors. So before, like, I tried to call out to it in the language of the ancestors.
Which, by the way, was dwarvish.
Yeah. So I called out in the language of the ancestors and immediately get destroyed.
That's right.
Like,
And then he has to make a con save to avoid screaming and revealing that he's still there.
no, like literally like half of my health immediately.
Yeah.
And this is the barbarian we're talking about, so
Yes.
that's a very significant amount
Yes,
of half
it's
of the health.
it's a lot
It's absurd.
of health.
I remember when you rolled all those dice. It was,
That was-
very scary.
That was
did not
absurd.
like the
I thought I was
noises.
dead. I was like, this is like my third session and I'm dead.
So yeah, I think Bjorn got absolutely demolished.
We all end up
Sneaking our way in.
yeah. Well, some of us were a bit more sneaky about it. Who did the
Did
like
you use
loud
Dalty?
teleportation?
I used Galti.
Yeah, there we go.
I tried to, and then I think you bamfed me in.
I think I did Bamf you.
You did. That was the thing you were talking about earlier.
Yeah.
Kaizen clapping.
I don't think I used that one. I think I had
was it?
Finn sneak in, and then I used his senses. Like I looked through him to teleport to where he was, and then once I was in the hole, I looked up, found Duger, and then teleported him in. I'm like, Duger, you're coming with me. Boom, boom.
Yeah, Duger, I think at that moment, right before you did that, like failed. And he was about to
And
get
it was like a-
slashed.
Oh no!
What was it? Galti got slashed. like,
You have to make an Arcana check against the attack roll in order to go faster.
So that means we're on Galti 0.8, 8.0 after we got demolished by this thing.
So two of us teleported in, and two of us snuck in. One of us rolled like a freaking 2 billion on stealth. Yep, that was Coryllis.
You rolled like a 32 or something.
It was
It was
absurd.
insane.
Coryllis is really, really good at what he's good at.
Yeah. So we get into it, and it seems. So we get into the cave, and it seemed to be this sort of.
There was a
Horde.
big fancy door that they had to get through. It wasn't very hard to get through it.
Yeah, we get through the door, and it looks like this horde inside of it.
A very well organized horde
Yes.
of specific items.
There was lots of instruments and jewelry.
Wasn't there
and, like,
also a pirate ship in there as well?
No, there was
there was
a
a
living
telescope.
creature in there.
There was a burr in there.
Back here.
About here, yeah. It's like, oh, okay. And then we realized Flynn used his insight of like, oh, that thing kills dragons. That terrifies me now.
They're not very strong. They kill young dragons or find old hordes and steal them.
So then that makes Flynn
They
like,
usually lose to
oh,
dragons.
That must mean there was a dragon here.
So now they have a question because if you remember, they're looking for a present threat and a past threat. Was the past threat related to the pirates? Was it related to the dragon?
Yeah, so we couldn't figure out which one. At that point, we couldn't figure out what the past threat was. But I
They
think
kill the Behir very handily.
we sneaked past. we sneaked past it again.
That was absurd.
It was absurd
No,
how fast we
like
killed
it was like 3 rounds of combat or something.
Nah, that's
crazy
more
like
than
that.
It was less than 2.
Was it?
It was
I'm pretty sure it was like Bjorn like smashed it doing heavy damage, and I got on the other side of it, and I got
I think there were 2 crits in a
smashed
row
it doing
or
heavy
something.
damage.
Oh yeah, we absolutely demolished. Like it was absurd. I'm pretty sure David planned that to be longer than
combat, and
2
we
rounds.
killed it.
You are correct. I did plan on that lasting longer than it did.
Me also as a DM realizing this, I was like, oh, I feel so bad.
No, it was.
I was
didn't.
like, David, can I make an intelligence check to see if Flynn knows that this thing is maybe resistant or immune to lightning damage? Because that's Flynn's main.
It was. I specifically did that to try to make the fight harder. It did not work.
It didn't
No,
work
yeah,
because I was like, can I
rolled a
see if I
crit,
know it is?
And then the freaking sneak attack rolled a crit, and by second round it was already bloodied.
I see. Me as a DM was gonna help David and hit it with lightning and be like, oh no, I hit it with lightning, so now it's like supercharged or healed.
Unfortunately, it died before it could do that. So I made it explode because it had indeed gotten supercharged, but before it could use it, blew up. So
I forget. After that, the horde.
the horde was fine.
Okay.
Yeah, the horde was fine.
Electricity doesn't hurt most of the horde.
I'm thinking of horde like treasure and crap like that.
Yes.
Okay. And I'm pretty sure you just scooped that up in your bag.
Yeah, so a lot of the stuff was scooped up, as much of the valuables that could be. But in addition, there were a couple of more interesting things that were found in here.
Yes, there was.
What sort of interesting things did you guys find?
There were a lot of interesting things.
I do not remember. There was I think a violin, unless that's in the next part.
There was a lot
There
of
was a violin in there.
There was like instruments. We also found out that this island place belonged to a believe crystal dragon.
Crystal dragon.
Yep.
That's where the laser beams came from. The breath weapon of a crystal dragon is radiant beams of absolute destruction. They also like looking at the stars. Which
Yeah,
the giant
I was gonna say
telescope they
Bjorn
found.
and Duger found.
No, this is the funniest because
Oh right, I forgot about this part.
was it me and Duger or me and Coryllis that were looking?
Duger, you were.
So me and Duger were looking around. So I can't remember what you said. You're like, I'm just gonna look around, kind of thing, and rolled like a 2. Like
It was abysmal.
like
yeah.
something horrific. And it's like
I was looking for hidden doors. That's what I was looking for.
No,
Like,
that's you were a bit more vague about it.
oh, okay.
I said I'm gonna look for any sort of tiles that can be pushed in, and I roll like maybe a 10 or 11, and David goes, "That would have not got you this if you weren't that specific about this."
No. He specifically mentioned a spot that he was going to start with, and I had actually already determined in my map that was where the secret compartment was.
No, yeah. So I rolled an
Find my
11, but it
secret
didn't matter
compartment.
because I specifically pointed it out.
Pointed out the specific spot that had something interesting to find.
So I clicked the button, and this like little door opened with a pillow that obviously had something on it, but was not there anymore.
Are we in the crystal dragon's lair?
Yeah,
Yes.
it looked like almost a diamond or like an orb or something could fit on.
Are
like,
we
the
getting
pillow.
ahead of ourselves? I thought the crystal dragon's lair was like we left the cave, went up a little bit further, and there was on the,
The Crystal
other
Dragon's lair was the cave.
because we had to go out. I thought and go into the
You
back
guys
side.
tried to go out to see if we could get in
No.
through the telescope.
Yeah, so what we climbed up and couldn't find a way in, so that's when we decided, all right. We didn't mention that because it wasn't
all that.
It was
nothing really happened.
We just knew there was a giant telescope there, and like, okay,
because
cool.
crystal dragons like looking at the stars. They predict the future using them.
So
But yeah.
Which can made Flynn very uncomfortable because Flynn doesn't like
Fate.
predicting the future.
He doesn't like divination.
look, it's his weakest subject in magic school, guys. Okay.
That's about to change.
There's another interesting thing they found in the horde. They found a journal
That
that belonged to the dragon. The dragon was named Elira, the Dragon of Light, and she apparently was defending some sort of gem or something like that here at one point.
the pillow.
But people were coming to get it or something like that.
She like saw her fate and like saw that she knew she was gonna die.
That she was going to be defeated. That's
yes.
the important thing. She wasn't sure if she was going to die, but she was sure
wasn't
that
gonna
she
be
was going to
defeated.
lose.
That like it was going to be the Red Fang. So it's like, okay, cool. I think we figured out that's the past threat because based off her journal entry, the Red Fangs were the threat of the past.
And the dragon wasn't bad.
The dragon wasn't bad. It was really good.
There was also one more interesting thing that was found here, and that was really helpful for Duger later on. Made some cool stuff out of it. There was 2 claws.
Yes.
Or the severed part, like half of a dragon hand was severed on the ground, kind of like old and mummified, but like the claws and bones were still good. One of the claws and fingers had been removed. The other one was still there, though.
I don't remember this.
That's what you remember. The sword that Duger gave you. He made that out of.
Okay.
You have dragon finger sword.
Yeah, that's what he
matters.
Dragon, you're
But we're not there at that point yet.
We're not there yet.
You didn't know this?
No. I knew he. Look, okay.
Duger just-
look,
We'll
once
get
we
to this
get
in a
yeah,
minute.
once we get there, then I'll explain what happened.
He just does things without talking to people sometimes.
So that's fun. But we get there. We find all this stuff. We load the ship up, and I'm like, well, she's dead and gone. So obviously she'd want us to loot her whole place. So we took all of the gold. No, it was.
We straight up just looted that shiz.
They took almost all of. They took all of the books except for like some sheet music and a couple of other
took a
random
few sheet
mundane
music.
books. Yeah, he took a couple because he thought that Eliza would like
I should
them.
like that. So yeah,
Also got some jewelry specifically from the lair because like this is perfect. Eliza would love this.
everyone's like, oh, take the gold, take this cool stuff, and I'm over here like, I want this book, and I want this book, and I want this book, and
I would like to
Eliza
point
wants
out
this necklace.
I would like to point out that Bjorn didn't really take anything.
What do you think to expand on?
So we do loot the place, and then
They just don't trust me with treasure.
because I feel like
Jordan doesn't understand the value of money. He
doesn't.
Not yet. Anyway.
not yet. We'll get there. We'll get
We're
there.
getting there. There's also one more important thing that happened vaguely while you guys were exploring. Earlier, when they went and found the giant telescope, Bjorn was on top of a cliff. He was like, okay, jump, time to get down, and then just jumped. And as has been noted earlier, the Northern Isles does not have fall damage. But they went through a portal. They are not in the Northern Isles anymore. He experiences the pain of gravity for the first time here.
It sucked.
It's heavy.
It will not be the first time. It will
real
not.
downer.
It will not be the first time.
A lesson not to learn.
You mean the last time?
Sure, why not?
Same thing, right? So I think at this point, we like looted the whole place. We figured out the future threat. We had decided what the past threat was, and then did we fight the present threat?
The present threat was the bee here.
That's right. The present threat was to be here. So then we're like, okay, cool. It's time to leave. And Duger was like, I want to stay a little bit. I want to look at some stuff. So the other two left.
Yeah, me and Coryllis leave because so we had a little orb to indicate that we found what we needed, and the orb blinked 3 times, and there was 3 threats that were like
Yeah, the orb helped them know when they had defeated the thing.
Yeah. So after those 3 beeps, me and Coryllis were like, "Oh, okay, we're done." So we left through the portal, but these 2 yahoos stayed behind.
They went back to that
Yeah.
to the garden overlook area where the dragon apparently spent a lot of time lying on the
Duger
spot.
was like, I'm going to stay back here for a moment and just let time pass. I'm like, well, I can't leave you here alone because this is terrifying. So I'm going to stay with you.
Yeah, Duger kind of got a little. He got a little in the feels a little bit just because he was like, oh wow, like
This dragon died doing
exactly
it to us.
Exactly. Like this was related to us. Like this was related to our fate. This started years and years and years ago. Like before, like Duger's probably like 40, 50. Like it started probably before I was born.
Dwarf years or mortal years?
Like mortal years.
Okay.
Like he's not old in dwarf years, but he is like 40 or 50. So like not quite middle aged.
Okay.
And he was just like, oh wow, and so he was like kind of like trying to take his time to appreciate the dragon, and it like as kind of like the sun started to set, he kind of went to the garden area that this dragon had, and in this area, as he was kind of looking just at the sunset and just enjoying the view, he noticed a glowing white flower.
Yeah, Duger recognized this flower. It's a magic flower that's well known. It's known as the Silent Witness, and it appears somewhere where a great tragedy has happened. And he found a dewdrop on it, and as he was looking into it, he had a vision. That is what the flower does. And if you look into it, you see the cause. And he saw the dragon, Illyra, smoke rising from her lair, fires on the island, teleport suddenly onto the spot. So yes, Coryllis, she does go from one place to that particular spot a lot. However, she does it via teleportation, not secret passages. Yeah. She lands there and falls down, foot cut in half, wounds all over her entire body. One of her wings almost completely amputated. And she just lies there and looks up at the stars. And then a figure that they've known and interacted with appears. The traveler comes and talks with him. What do you remember from the vision?
I remember her not being phased by the traveler showing up. She basically was just like, is this where my path ends? Like, is this the destiny that I saw? And the traveler was just like, it could be where it ends if you want it to be. But there is so much more that is going to happen. And, you might need to be a part of that. Mm-hmm. And specifically a very, very important thing that happens is she kind of just goes quiet and looks up at the stars. And she notices and is drawn to a very particular pattern in the stars, a very particular constellation.
Which seems to start glowing more because she's looking for it.
Exactly. And it appears to be a set of crossed swords.
Mm-hmm. Which, if anyone... Yeah. I'm going to leave it off at that. I don't need to say anything more.
And that's where the vision ends. And Duger kind of has this, aha moment of wow. And it lasted a split second in real time, so there was no pause, and Flynn's just yo, what's up? So Duger tells him what happened, and Flynn also kind of gets in his feels for a second. Yeah. And I don't remember exactly
for a dragon, which is wild.
Exactly, which is insane.
He's not heartless. Yay.
He's not heartless. I think even Flynn and Duger do have hey, what happened? What did you see? And he kind of talked about what happened there. It's okay, maybe I can buy into this fate thing a little bit more. But then just talking about what are we doing? And can we? I feel can we change or something? Flynn and Duger have a bit of a conversation and get a little heart to heart. Mm-hmm. I can't remember it fully well, sadly. So Gavin's gonna have to fill that in.
From what I remember, you pretty much nailed it. It was just a conversation of what is this? Is this actually fate? Is it real? And this is kind of more Flynn talking about it. Are we roped into this? Are we stuck in it? Can we change anything that's going to happen? And I remember Duger said something that was kind of profound and kind of kind of deep, but I don't remember exactly what he said. But essentially, I remember, I at least was kind of, starting to tear up a little bit when we were having this conversation. It was really good. I really wish it was recorded.
Yeah, I wish it was recorded. It was a really good session, guys.
This was one of those sessions. It was one of the sessions of all time.
It was an important one.
It was a very, very heartfelt session for
that's the big reason why we've been.
I also remember he talked about this dragon died to set up these things, and then Duger said something about how Flynn needs to forgive Coryllis because he's part of this now. Other people have died for this. You can't you have to get over this.
Flynn?
And this is the beginning of Flynn starting to forgive him and move on and accept that Coryllis is not his past.
I think this is a good recap for us too, guys. Mm-hmm. Oh my goodness.
It really is a great recap for us.
So yeah, you're going around and then you just pick up some of the flowers that are there. You guys kind of recognize the flowers. That was one thing. None of you guys actually rolled high enough in order to realize where you recognize the flowers from. But
I thought Flynn recognized them.
What were they?
I feel I don't remember the exact kind, but I feel they were something similar to Saito.
Oh yeah, you had seen them in Saito.
I think that's mainly, at least what I remember.
That is what you got.
I was oh, I've seen these in Saito before. These are pretty flowers.
Uh-huh.
And I cannot remember, but I know that one little fact. Oh yeah, I've seen these at Saito.
Yeah, you remembered that, and then just moved on.
We don't ask questions. We just keep moving on.
Oh, and after they watched that, the orb stayed a bright
It stopped flashing.
It stopped flashing and just was a solid bright color.
And when they returned to the tree, the chief of Thron Orsorder was waiting there for them, and asked why they had stayed back, and they shared some of the things they had heard, and she told them that they had passed part 3 of the test. They had proven their courage when they chose to go into danger knowingly. They proved their wisdom when they were able to proved their vigilance when they were able to identify the correct places, and they proved their wisdom when they learned from their own shortcomings to overcome them on their own without any prompting.
It was a good freaking session, guys. Yeah, and I remember we stepped through that portal, and this was an afterword that I had with David. Duger stepped through the portal, and Duger had figured something out in this time. He stepped through the portal, and he just had to double check something. And he grabbed somebody by the hand and noticed that half of their hand was missing, and the rest of it was a minor illusion.
Wait, what do you mean?
Yeah, this is the first time any of the other players here have heard about this.
Yeah, hold up.
Yep.
What do you mean? Elaborate on this, Gavin.
No, we don't need to elaborate. No, you can elaborate as much as you want. Duger has information that he's been keeping away from the other 3. I told him he can do whatever the heck he wants.
A very long time.
Gavin has been withholding things.
Specifically, Eli.
I hate you, Gavin.
One story beats happen. Flynn has to act very surprised.
Okay, well...
He stepped through the portal and grabbed Eliza's hand
What do you mean?
and realized half of her hand was missing.
The left one specifically.
The left one specifically. The same hand that the dragon had lost half of as well.
Bro.
Lord Draw. All right, so would you like to see some... Since Duger decided to just reveal it, would you like to see other clues
No, because almost every other
that
clue
we've already talked about today?
I see them, but granted,
The dots are connecting.
Flynn
dots are
is
connecting.
never there for those moments.
The flowers.
Are they growing around the tavern? That's
Literally, what did the dragon hoard? Instruments.
music and instruments and
Jewelry.
Specific
Music.
jewelry that you think that Eliza would like a lot.
Or music sheets that she might like.
That you can read, by the way. There's no...
No.
And she can
I
also...
want you to think about this too. Alira. Eliza.
Oh,
It is a letter difference.
Now let's even think about this even a tiny step further.
So here's
Think about
what's
the letter
gonna
C
happen.
and the letter R. How many lines difference is there between those two?
look, guys.
What?
Flynn is struck by love. So here's what's gonna happen here, guys. I know it's really bad. So here's what's.
He finally said it. Okay.
Look, okay.
sorry, I've been holding on to this for so long, David.
That's really good. I'm like really proud of you, Gavin.
This is insane.
Oh my god.
I'm gonna look at my schedule really quick, and I'm gonna see when we can drop everything into a session so that Flynn can find this out and I can properly deal with this.
Bro, this is...
Yo, your girlfriend's a dragon. What?
I don't
This
know
is
if
insane.
you've noticed, but Duger the past couple of sessions has been like, I think you need to check on Eliza. I think you should check on Eliza. Because what did she say she was going to do?
She's gonna go check on
Time for herself.
a little alone time. So
She's going to go visit mother.
I heard it as I'm gonna go visit my mother,
That's exactly what she said, yes.
That is exactly what she said.
and I'm like, oh, I didn't know.
she had that.
And I was just gonna leave her and give her space.
Without
and,
the context of the dragon, we think, oh, that's just her mom, whatever. She's
well, like
probably
Flynn
been through a lot.
kind of knew. I was like, wait, what do you mean, mother? I thought I knew you guys adopted her with Eliza's parents at the tavern.
Yeah.
It's like, well, I mean, she needs to go. Yeah,
There's only Mr. Rosemary.
Mr. Rosemary.
There's
It's like,
never
okay.
been anything about Mrs. or even...
So it's like, okay, cool. She needs to go and do this, and so I guess we'll let her go and do that.
Didn't have a second thought about it and turned away and walked out.
I also want you to
Sat in the room with her, and then you guys barged in.
And you asked specifically if you could go, and she said, I don't think that you would...
Appreciate that.
Appreciate that very much.
You'd like that. Yeah.
Something
I also
along
want
those
you to
lines.
think about why immediately Duger was like, I am making Flynn a sword out of these fingers.
One finger.
Your girlfriend's finger.
She's always with me. I absolutely hate this. So,
Who did I make sure to give you that sword in front of?
Bro, this is
here's the thing. I don't know this yet. So here's the thing, Duger.
Eliza had a conversation with him right after that, by the way. We haven't gotten to this
We
yet.
haven't gotten to that yet. Here's the thing, Duger. Flynn, somewhat contemplating trying to build a relationship with Coryllis, has contemplated handing that very nice Eliza-made sword to Coryllis.
I would have made good use of it. Don't worry.
So, yes, this is going to be really interesting in the next sessions whenever this comes up, because it hasn't come up in the episodes that we have recorded. So, I have thoughts and I have plans, but this recap is already really long and we need to keep going, so we will push past this point, guys.
Can I make one last comment on this point?
Oh, please.
You want to know since when I've been planning this?
How long?
Since you texted me your backstory on our missions.
I did draft up this backstory on
A long time ago.
We've been playing this campaign for about 3 years, roughly. It's been roughly 3 years we've been playing this.
We recorded 2.
You said that on every island you wanted to find some jewelry for your girlfriend. I was like, okay, girlfriend likes jewelry. Cool. She's a dragon now.
It's cool, she's a dragon. And then I don't think I decided till like partway through the campaign that Flynn disliked dragons.
Like third episode, as soon as this happened, I was like, this is gonna be good.
Yeah, I think it was like, okay, cool. We run into a dragon or we fight something somewhat dragon-like, and I'm like, I think it'd be pretty interesting for some sailor who grew up in the Dragon Sea to be terrified of dragons.
Which is great. It makes perfect sense. It's so good character-wise.
I know, his girlfriend is a dragon.
Her reaction to the violin that you gave her from the island. I don't remember. She was sitting there like, this is my freaking violin. Where did you go?
It's like, oh, we went to this little island. It used to belong to like this dragon, and it was actually really
she
sweet.
gets extremely concerned.
They used to be really sweet, and but like, here's a violin, and here's some. I think Flynn still has, because he gave her the violin, but I think Flynn kept another instrument for himself because he's trying to like work on music for her. He's trying to learn the lute, and like, oh, maybe I can try to like play a song for her the next time I see her.
Yeah,
Great.
I was waiting for you to try to do that because she's the one that taught you to do music. This music is awfully easy for you to read. It's perfect. It's almost as if it was written for you or the person that taught
I
you.
think I'm just gonna leave the table for a moment and deal with my thoughts properly.
Yeah. Okay. So moving on.
Yeah, moving on. So
Duger has this realization and starts freaking out and decides he's going to make a sword to try to hint things and push things in the right direction. We get back and it is time for more party time. Duger drinks so much Northern Isles ale
yes.
that he needs to make like 4 saving throws or something like that, and 2 in a row are nat 20s.
That's right.
And
I think I rolled with disadvantage on one, and they were both nat 20s. is what
right,
happened.
and as of that point forward, we have determined that Duger is now immune to alcohol.
I can drink all the alcohol. Thank you.
He does not like this very much.
What have I done? What have I done? Dude's like, no, this is a curse.
I can't feel anything anymore. And I don't want to feel anything. Numb from the numbness.
Yeah, we also discovered an interesting Northern Isles traditional sport. Mud pit. We're at a king of the mud pit. Yeah. Where whoever is at the bottom of the mud pit that is mostly frozen for the longest wins.
So I see this. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna participate in
The
this.
twig of Coryllis decides to participate.
With these giants monoliths around me.
Goliaths.
My plan was, once it starts, I'll just casually walk down very slowly. And so while that happens,
Bjorn works up the courage to decide to participate in this again. And there's a few interesting players besides the two of us.
Yeah, there's one who's just straight up snotlout from the movie.
Yeah, that guy was cool. There's
Not very smart or good at gambling, but he's fun.
there's a couple other strong people. There's a bear
Yep, they're straight up a grizzly bear.
As big as Bjorn, I think it was it.
Bigger.
Bigger than Bjorn. And yeah,
So the four of them line up around the bull, go in, fight it out.
I thought there was like
There was like
20
a
people
there
or
were like
something.
a handful of
and
like,
everybody just
warriors also.
started diving in, and the bear and Bjorn and maybe like another
Bjorn
people
actually makes it to the bottom first and claims it for the longest time. Manages to hold it against tons of people.
he just
Until the bear gets
tossing
involved.
people.
oh yeah, like the big not loud guy. I'm pretty sure I tossed that guy, right? Like
As soon as one of your knees hits the ground, you're out.
yeah.
So he eliminates all the NPCs so fast. Snotlout puts up a fight. Manages to knock him out of the middle for a little bit, but then he just bodies and knocks him completely out of the ring. And then it's Bjorn versus a bear.
Bear versus bear.
Yeah, basically. It's pretty intense. Like, they're fighting at it. Like, it's a close fight. Somehow Bjorn is strong enough to go toe-to-toe with a literal grizzly bear. And then he eventually just barely loses in an athletics contest. That leaves just the bear at the bottom and Coryllis.
Gorilla's slowly walking down the side of it. As I go and stand in front of this bear, I'm like, oh, I got this.
Yeah, what did you do again?
Let's see. I went to attack one of its feet, I believe. So I went, slept, and I like tried to pull it out, and it like saved and caught itself. So I proceeded to jump up on its shoulders, and it was trying to grab me or something. And I don't think I did a backflip.
You scooped up mud from the ground and
Yeah, pocket sand right in the bear's eye. Climbed onto its back, and then I jumped high, and then landed, I think, on the leg.
Yeah.
Of the bear to force it into the ground.
Kicked out the knee and then it fell shoulder first straight on the ground.
And I just took the pit and I won.
Coryllis the
Victory!
Twin beat Vikings, Bjorn, and a literal grizzly bear.
I guess the tortoise and the hare is a true story.
I guess.
It really is.
But yeah, y'all are all going. So people are just enjoying themselves. And as they're, and then like some random lady comes and starts talking with Coryllis. Turns out she was the bear.
That's right.
Yeah, and then he starts overhearing some interesting things, because after the good performance of Duger, like the rumors of him being an ancestor are getting more and more. Ron Ursur is quietly supporting him. Ron Roffin's openly doing it. The other clans are mostly divided. Wolfreyr's against. Like, people are trying, like, it's concerning, but like Coryllis starts listening in and hears some interesting things.
I don't remember specifically what happened.
Yeah.
I just remember that they're like doubting him, but then also like doubting Bjorn or something. Like, why is he with Bjorn and things like that.
And one of the people are talking about false ancestor and a bunch of other things.
Yeah.
He tries to integrate himself into the group to hear a little bit more. One of the warriors goes to try to throw him off of the edge of the island.
No, that was later that night, because we had mud wrestling in the morning, or right after the thing celebrating.
I don't remember a lot.
And then we had the big giant drinking party that everybody was celebrating.
This
and
is
then
when he becomes immune to alcohol.
that's when that happens. And Flynn becomes a bartender because he doesn't want to drink anything. He was looking for water and couldn't find it.
It made a special drink that everyone really.
Bjorn, I think, was drinking somewhere, partying with the people because they're finally accepting him. And I was like, you know what? I'm not going to drink. And I was going to walk around and listen to people or pretend to be drunk and find out, like, oh, which outlier has something against either Bjorn or Duger. And I found the clan Wolfrun.
You made your special story.
Were like kind of had some negative views on Bjorn and Duger. So I'm like talking to him, and one of them's like, yeah, let's go talk over here. And so we tried talking, and then he's like, you're gonna go off this cliff. And I was like, no, you are. And then I like nat 20'd suplex, threw him off the edge,
Yeah.
and then came back.
Coryllis is really good at not getting knocked off his feet and knocking other people off his feet in the attempt.
While doing
That's what we learned
backflips.
today.
While doing backflips silently.
Yes.
Silent backflips.
Silent backflips. All right. They all wake up. They all go to sleep. Wake up the next morning, and Ron Wolfreyr is in charge of the next challenge. They basically tell them, "Take your team.
That's right.
Get on the boats. We're bringing you somewhere."
And we got wrapped up with the clan's the head clan chief of Wolverine.
The chief grabs you guys
Yeah.
specifically and tells them, "You guys are going on my boat."
And
It was
at
very
this point, I
scary.
know that I see. I don't know if I see you, but Bjorn was acting fishy.
No, so if I remember correctly, what happened was there was just a handful of ships all going to different places.
Exactly.
So the chief signals us directly to be on his ship. So it's us four, right? Nobody else was with none.
You four and four other.
Well, I was talking about like from our crew.
just
yeah.
you four.
So us four from our crew, we had the chief of Ron Wolfir, and then we had his priest or
Yeah, his hearth tender.
yeah. And then
Antra.
with those two, we also had the Snot Loud guy and a couple other people with us.
Yep.
And we were told nothing was going on, and we just hop on the boat and sail with this chief.
I think I took like
Keeper
a.
is staying close to you guys at all times.
I think I
we
gauged
sell-
this guy, and I was like, if we need to fight him, please don't. This man will kill all of us. Zero hesitation. Zero.
No, and
like worry at all. Like that guy will kill us.
I can't remember
Not
if you
breaking a
said
sweat.
that out loud to us, but I know Bjorn would have wholeheartedly agreed with you.
Yeah, Bjorn told you guys just how terrifying.
No, yeah, I literally told like this guy is the strongest.
And in terms of all of the warriors in all of the Northern Isles, the only person that could possibly put up a fight with this guy would be the chief of Fran Doragon, working with his Dragonel at the same time. It would need to be a 2v1 of the strongest Dragonel in the Northern Isles and the chief of what is considered to be the strongest clan to have any shot of beating this one chief.
Yeah. So we sell for a few hours, correct?
Yeah, most of the day.
And it's
Oh wait.
well, I can't remember. Did any of you guys figure anything out?
I don't know if we figured. I think we were doing like magic checks on stuff like that. I think we found some connection with the hearth, with the Hearthkeeper, but I didn't care about that. I was trying to make conversation with the chief, their clan's chief.
You also were taking Snotlout for everything he was.
And I stole. I was just about to get to that.
After, because he tried to do it
Yeah, I tried to get all friendly with the chief first. And he's like, I'll kill you if you mess with me.
Tell him like, don't do this. You're gonna die.
I do it anyways.
I was like, he's literally gonna. No, because you were gonna do it, or you did it a little bit.
I started talking and being friendly with him.
And then I warned you. He will literally throw you off the boat. He is known for this.
Oh yeah, I was like, hey, chief, you want to gamble a little bit? He's like, don't mess with me. I'll throw you off the boat. And I was like, come on. And,
And then I was like, no, he will throw you off the boat. He's not joking.
I was like, party pooper, fine. And then I went over this.
Allow me to give you a soundbite of what the chief does anytime anyone talks with him.
Yes, I was waiting for it.
It's Geralt grunts.
you off the boat.
That's exactly what happened.
Yeah, he says that a couple of times. Basically, those two things, along with like 2 to 5 words in addition, max.
Yeah, I remember just stealing all of what's his name's money, and then
Yes.
it was like 5 silver too, 5 copper.
Yeah, he did not have
It was
a lot of money.
It was all good and fun.
Yeah, he gambled with that guy and just took all of Snotloud's money. Poor guy.
Poor guy, indeed.
What were you doing, Eli? Can you remember?
I think I was roughly doing some of your spells. Yeah, I was doing magic stuff. I was just making spell scrolls because I think during these whole trials, anytime I had time to prep, I made spell scrolls of like shield or silvery barbs or stuff to help you guys. Of like, in case we need it, and I'm not there to save you, here's this just in case. So I think I made like more spell scrolls while we were sailing.
The Hearthkeeper is trying to talk with Duger occasionally. Very short and like just asking a couple questions, then refusing to answer any in turn. And yeah,
A lot about
you
being
mentioned the stuff about like detecting magic and all that stuff.
I feel like that didn't happen quite yet,
Yeah,
did it?
maybe not yet. Okay, so yeah, you
Because
guys-
I do know we did it, but I don't think it was quite yet.
I think it was at the end of the dungeon.
Because I knew we were suspicious of the Hearthkeeper.
Yeah,
You
the
guys will see
situation
in
is
a
going weird.
while why.
Yeah, so they arrive at a particular dungeon.
Well, before this, So, like I said, we were going for a few days, and as we grew closer, like Bjorn, like this is what Wesley was talking about, became like started looking very serious, like much more serious than he's ever had at any of the challenges, and called Duger over, and like showed Duger his clan tattoos, and like drew some on to Duger
to go into this last challenge.
Yeah, like basically prepping as a battle, like as a raid. And then we went into we finally pulled into this island.
As they arrive at the island, they're looking at this dungeon that they're apparently going to go through, and the chief says, "You will go in, and you will find the item at the end. You will split into 2 groups. Only one group can succeed." And then before doing that, the paladin girl who was with you guys basically challenged him and said, "No, this is the tomb of the old tyrants. This place is forbidden. No one is allowed to go in. No one that does ever comes back out." And he proceeds to pick her up and throw her over the edge.
And then I used a spell to bring her back. I'm like, hey, that's not cool. You can't do. Flynn tried to speak up at that guy for throwing her off.
Glared at him for about 3 seconds, and Flynn
He backed off immediately. Flynn was like, in the most respect and honorable Viking way, does the salute the wrong way and everything. Is like, I'm sorry. Back where I'm from, we just normally don't throw people off the cliff. But if that's what you do here, that's totally fine, and I think it's super cool. Please don't kill me. Please don't kill me. Please don't kill me.
Yeah.
Flynn can have a spine at times.
After that, there was no more discussion. They split into the groups. Each of them could take 1 key for their entire group and choose 1 door to go through. Like there were 2 doors. One group would go through one way, the other went through the other. And yeah, you guys want to go through the rooms? What did you get? What happened?
Oh gosh,
What was the first room?
First room.
I think that was for Bjorn.
Yeah.
No, the first one.
Well, there was a bunch of carvings on the walls, what it was, and there was like carvings of all the gods, but there was also like giants, and like there was all these carvings, and
I think there were 9 carvings.
yeah, there was
the
9.
first room he went. As you were walking through the entry hall, you saw carvings that were not dwarvish. They were older than dwarvish. And they depicted all of the types of giants. I don't know if you guys picked that up as you're going through, but that's what the carvings were of. They're old weathered things of all of the types of giants. As you went into the first one, you found starting to be old dwarvish carvings, one of each of the 9 gods.
Didn't it look like they had been changed or something like that as well? Like they had been done over something?
Yes, the oldest stonework was still not the dwarves, presumably the giants. And then over it, additional carvings of the 9 gods were added by others later on.
And I think I remember it was just like I walked in this room and I felt like I had the impression of like I just had to like choose something. Like nothing told me. There was no like voice, no nothing. It was just like basically like make a choice. And Duger kind of narrowed it down to he was originally just going to go with Tyr because he was like, that's the god.
You asked if you felt that you were, like
Yes.
you should. And you felt that, yeah, you were welcome, but that doesn't mean you should. There wasn't necessarily a right choice here. It was asking you to make a choice.
Exactly. It wasn't asking me to ask if this was the correct decision. It was asking me to make a choice.
Oh, there's one more thing about this room that I mentioned. I mentioned that there were the carvings of the 9 gods. Under 8 of them, there were doors. The last carving was right in the middle, the true neutral god, and it was on the floor. There was no passage or anything that you could see to that one.
Isn't that the god of our dear beloved paladin, or not paladin, cleric Kiwaskivi?
Yes, that was. He's also the god of what is Flynn not like? Fate.
You know, Liza have a lot to talk about.
Yes, you do, but Flynn doesn't know about this.
No, not yet.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Despite the many hints that I have dropped.
We're
not going to get on this.
We're not gonna get on this again. This is gonna be a whole different episode. I promise you guys.
But basically, Duger was like, as much like I am supposed to worship Tyr. That's what I've been told I'm supposed to worship. But I know that I don't follow Tyr 100%. It just doesn't feel right. So he chose.
At least.
Yeah, not yet at least. So he chose Lyra, the chaotic good.
And they went through, and suddenly the key was not in Duger's hands anymore.
Or I think he couldn't hold it.
I couldn't pull it out of
After
the door.
putting it in the door, you turned.
It would like burn his hand.
Yeah, it like burned. It was like,
Someone else had to
ouchie.
take it.
So after that,
Became a fang.
Bjorn grabbed the key and led us into the next area.
Yes.
And as he did
Yes,
that, he could
Bjorn.
no longer let go of the key after going in.
Yeah, nobody had the ability to let go of the key upon using it.
Yep.
Except towards the end, but we'll get there later.
Yeah.
So as they went into this room, there was just a door on the other side, as well as a bunch of writing on the walls. But there was no keyhole in the door. As people were looking around, what did you guys find?
Oh gosh, I'm trying to remember what we found in
Yeah,
this room.
what was these?
I don't remember Bjorn's room that well.
Because I couldn't remember the carvings too well, but I do remember the event that
That's
happened.
the important bit. What happened in there?
So as we were looking around trying to find something of importance,
Find a hint on how you were to proceed.
yeah, Bjorn started hearing whispers, and only Bjorn could hear the whispers. And these whispers were more on the line of, "We can give you honor," right?
The voice promised that it could restore your honor. It could make it as if your shame never happened. It could give you everything that you desired. In exchange, give you the key.
Yep. And Bjorn is like looking at this key, is like, "What do you mean you can give me honor?" Kind of deal. And it just kept talking. I have the power to give you this honor that that has been so unrighteously taken from you, kind of thing. All you have to do is give me the key. And as they were like telling me this, I kind of just said, "This key can help my ancestor find his true path. And honor is not received by deals. It is received through trial, challenge, and battle. There is no easy way to receive honor, and I will not be giving you this key," kind of deal.
And as Bjorn is having this conversation, other people are looking around and realizing that these carvings are basically just distractions.
They're distracting us from the real thing.
And notice that there is blue mist coming out of a lamp implanted in the ground. A genie's lamp, specifically. And Bjorn, after rejecting this...
Yeah, after rejecting this genie, like, feels clear. Like, the mist disappears, right? Basically.
You stomp the lamp and then...
Yeah, I stopped the lamp, the mist disappears, and I'm like...
And then the keyhole appears.
Yeah, I was like, all right, we can go through now.
Yep.
We were all just like, what?
What just happened?
What just happened?
What just happened?
And Bjorn never told anyone what just happened.
Nope.
We also never asked.
Yeah, technically
we also
speaking, they
never
thought
asked.
what happened, they never asked what happened.
Yep.
We're a
You
great
will
party
see that
communicates.
you will see that happen plenty of times.
Do we need to
Because for
start
some
talking
reason,
together?
Bjorn's the only character in this fellowship that will speak to find feelings.
Look, we're
The
not
barbarian.
we're not a fellowship. We're co-workers. We're associates, okay?
We're so many
I'm just trying to repay my
We're
debt,
just
dude.
terrible people.
I'm not terrible. I'm a good guy now.
Let's not beat around the bush,
Not a bad
guys.
guy, but you're still learning how to be a good guy.
To think that the murder-hungry barbarian is the one with the most heart.
No, not the murder-hungry, the glory-hungry barbarian.
Yeah, but
Just involves murder.
at least where we're at right now, murder is synonymous with glory in his mind right now.
Yep.
That might change a little
Well,
later.
not necessarily murder either. They have to fight back.
Yes, exactly.
Death and killing, absolutely. Murder, no, that would be dishonorable. Why would I ever kill someone that can't defend himself? That's not how you do stuff.
But yeah, we open, and who grabs the key next?
Flynn grabs it next. He's like, "Oh, this is strange. I don't like holding on to this." So we walk into the room, and I believe we're confronted with Gabriel at the front, and I'm like, "Oh no, let me kill him."
Do it.
But no, I think Gabriel confronts Flynn and is just like, "Why is there so much hate in your heart? Why do you hate me?" And like tries to antagonize me and everything.
Well, he doesn't necessarily try to antagonize you. He talks and tells you a couple things, and Flynn takes everything as antagonistic.
Oh yes, he takes everything antagonistic.
Even though technically everything Gabriel said was strictly helpful. Then the illusion changes and it's no longer Gabriel. And it talks about it turns into Coryllis, actually, I think. And starts asking him why he hates him so much.
Well, because you're this and you're this, and you know why I hate you, because you were there when my ship was absolutely destroyed, and you lied to me, and I prefer the truth, and Flynn just hates
all sorts of stuff.
Should we give a short overview of how you know that? Because I don't think that was another lost episode all the way back in the beginning.
I think we gave a quick recap of that one in like a forever episode, but roughly,
we went through this Fae section, and I started
Wild and Shadowfell.
That one, and I'm with Duger, and I start daydreaming all of a sudden.
You guys are on a ship.
I go and start
Daydream makes the ship.
Yeah, so I get on this ship, and then all of a sudden it's in my past, and I'm working for Gabriel I'm the captain of this ship at the moment, and I'm just like role playing, pretending I'm this captain again, and saying hi to all my crewmen, and then Gabriel comes and boards. And I think I betrayed him in some sort of way, or I was planning something.
This wasn't actually the past. This was more of a nightmare of what would happen if Gabriel found you ever again.
And so Gabriel was like, "We're going to take care of you." And then at that moment, Duger witnessed all of this, and I didn't realize it.
And Flynn witnessed it.
No, he wasn't. He wasn't there.
I let those two go explore, and I stayed on the ground and like everything.
And like, as the vision progressed and like started getting darker, like people started being clear that they were red fangs.
You could see
the cargo
like
wasn't.
You could see the car.
Was stolen booty.
Exactly. You could see like the pirate flag. You could see how our apparel was like, "Oh, I'm a red fang pirate," and we just looted this one ship. And Gabriel just came and threatened me, and then Duger's like, Flynn, Coryllis is a red fang pirate, and then
he tattled.
And that was a hard coping time for Flynn.
Yeah, that did not go well.
So he's still a little salty about it.
No, because what happened is I find out, and I let the shadows take over, and I kind of Hulk out, and I fight Coryllis and Duger, and
almost solos the party.
Yeah, he tries to kill them
fighting.
because he was very pissed off about stuff. And like I said, Flynn, he doesn't talk a lot about his feelings, even though he kind of talks about his feelings. He thinks he does, he doesn't. But he does take notes of other people. And so he was saying things that he noticed about Duger and Coryllis, trying to like heavily emotionally hurt them. And then
Shadowfell is very dangerous thing to happen.
And then his master showed up that was missing for like years. And then like fought him, tamed him, got him to control,
Mr.
and like, hey, settle down your shadows.
The method that she used to tame him specifically was giving him the reforged Moonblade, which proceeded to smite. Because turns out Moonblades require attunement by a good aligned creature.
Yeah,
and guess what? Shadow Flynn, not good aligned.
I don't know what
not
you're
at all.
about. I think he's good aligned.
I think it was fine. He was just a little overreactive.
No.
It's a little dramatic, that's all.
So Blade said 10d10 radiant damage.
Yeah, so Flynn had a little Hulk out. Since then, he's been keeping a track of his emotions and his shadows. But he found out that, he's pissed at Coryllis for being a red fang and not telling him.
Exactly.
And that's what happened, and now we can come back to the
Yeah, so we find that out. Duger tells... No, sorry. I'm lost. The weird version of Coryllis is talking to him, and so Flynn's just like, well, I hate you because of this. And it keeps changing. It changes into like his captain that he saw die. It changes into his teacher. And
it changes into Eliza at one point and mentions how you're going to have to move past certain things or you're going to hate her too.
Yeah, gosh, I hate you guys. And it keeps changing.
This is before Duger even knew that.
Nope, this was after.
This was after.
Was it? Oh yeah. It was, huh?
So like he's being confronted by all these people that are pretty close to him, and he more or less breaks down, and then it changes into himself. He's like, "Look, I don't hate any of them. I just really hate myself, and I can't deal with it because."
It turned into Flynn at the very end, right before this happened.
And it's like, hey, he harbors a lot of like guilt for what happened to his ship, and just kind of reflects that back on Coryllis. So he's like, I hate myself, and I will learn to forgive and try to build a better relationship with Coryllis. And then the trial ends. It's like, you may pass now that you've confronted yourself and your own inner demons. Like,
yeah, after he finishes the very last version of the illusion, one that he was actually able to physically interact with was the Traveler, who told him to commit to this path, or if he chose not to,
he's really
the shadow would permanently take control.
You will die.
He's trying to be a better person with Coryllis. It's really difficult for him.
It's rare for the Traveler
I'm a
to tell you
problem
where a path
child.
will go.
He's really trying currently, guys. Every day.
Not just in game, but also in real life.
So that was the next one, and then Flynn was like, I guess it's your turn, Coryllis. And he's like, okay, picks it up. But then he's able to drop it. I'm like, I'm sorry. We all go through our own personal hells, and you don't get to go through it. That's not fair.
I already went through it, dude.
Actually, yeah, that's the reason. Not even joking. That's the reason I'm saying that you were okay. Because you've been through a lot, and this is you trying to recover from it. The dungeon didn't need to put you through something. You're putting it through yourself through it anyway.
I'm a good person.
No, that's not what that means.
I'm
It means
such
that
a
your
innocent,
real state is
good
bad enough that
person.
you don't worry about it.
I think we need to go back and replay just this section so Wesley can realize his character needs a little bit of changing.
Also,
So Coryllis opens the door, and then he can let go of the key anytime he wants. And inside, there is one more door. There's a keyhole.
One more door?
There's one more thing.
More door?
And on the other side is the thing that they're trying to get to. And in between them and the door, are 3 15-foot tall iron golems, like the kind they encountered on the island, but these ones don't have blindfolds.
Yay. This is actually where we all died.
We all die. Rocks fall, you all die.
So yeah, these ones, unlike the other one, wasn't just trying to destroy anyone that it could detect. These ones only moved to interfere if they tried to get to the door, and only attacked if they were attacked first. This was proven when Duger tried shooting one of them with firebolts, which failed on many reasons. Because number one,
metal.
It's a stone giant.
not great.
Iron.
Not enough damage to hurt this thing. Number two, iron golems have fire absorption, so it actually healed it. Mm-hmm. And then
I was just doing it a favor.
You got stabbed.
Really, really hard.
People. So yeah. What do you guys? Do you guys remember all the things you guys tried before you figured out how to get through? Or
So,
I didn't try anything, I think you stepped up and you saw through it.
so
And
what happened
yeah,
was
the guardians of the
everyone
ancestors.
was trying to sneak around it or kill them or something like that. And if I remember correctly, one was coming after Duger specifically.
Only after Duger tried to kill it.
Yeah. And I stepped in front of it without my weapon, like dropped my weapon and like stood in front of it. And it, as it was swinging, like it just stopped right before hitting me, kind of thing.
Mm-hmm. You had no ill intent. You had no signs of aggression. It would not attack you.
Mm-hmm. And that's when everyone figured,
Oh, we shouldn't attack it. You're saying passive word.
pacifist.
Yes, is the key, the thing that Flynn's been trying to preach for a while. Yay!
Pacifist? Bjorn knows a pacifist.
Not yet.
Later on.
Not currently in the
He doesn't
recap.
like it very much. Bjorn, after realizing that this isn't the one, actually, you can keep finishing it. Yeah.
Yeah, so I pretty much realized that these guys won't attack us if we have no ill intent But I also realize that they will not let us through the door right now. So I think we try to look around, right, to see if there's any carvings or anything, but there was nothing. We couldn't find anything. Mm-hmm. And I'm pretty sure I tell Duger that it's up to him, right?
What you did specifically is that you thought back and realized the reason that people call these the guardians of the ancestors because they were literally considered to be the ancestors. At one point, they were the people that you have been taught to like follow their example, to trust everything, to trust what their ways, to trust them. You realized that this keyhole that we're supposed to put it in isn't even at a height that I could reach on my own.
That's right. And I pretty much offer the key to the ancestor.
Mm-hmm. He gave the key to the central guardian, and the guardian took the key, turned around, and it was at the perfect height for it to put it in there and unlock the door and let you guys through. The trial of trust was to trust what you already knew.
Trust the ancestors.
So yeah, they went through, and inside they found a lantern. Duger cast Detect Magic and was almost blinded by the fact that this is the most abjuration magic that has ever been seen before and will ever be seen again.
Yep.
Yeah, frickin' lot of abjuration magic. By the way, the lantern was made entirely out of black diamond, with 7 jutting down crystals, 6 of them glowing brightly. Duger was able to take the crystals, take the lantern, and went back to... As soon as they got it, all the doors along the way opened, and they were able to walk straight back to the entrance.
Yeah, so we go back.
Yeah, we go back. We like, hey, we completed your trial. We completed it. Duger has this thing. He's like, okay, cool, good. I'm gonna kill you now.
Well, actually,
no, that's not what happened.
He just stood there.
Yeah, he didn't talk to us at all.
Not even grunting.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then we're like, all right, where in the frick is this this lady, this priest lady? Because like we were already to the point where we were suspicious about her because there was a lot of magic coming off of her at almost all times. Mm-hmm. And now the chief is completely brain dead, like the people that we saw before that was mind controlled. So we pretty much seek her out.
She's not hiding. She was just not in plain sight.
Yeah.
So you find her pretty fast. She talks about how the old ones would return and claim what was theirs, and some nonsense like that. If they could get the lantern, it would all be over. And then she reveals herself to be a fire giant, a very, very powerful fire giant, and attacks.
Yeah, and it becomes really difficult as she's throwing up walls of fire all over the place and is pulling us through it, pushing us back, and it is a hassle. So we decide, or Flynn throws up Fog Cloud to just... No. I think...
Yeah, Fog Cloud blinds her.
Yeah,
so
he throws up Fog Cloud to blind her, so then like, hey, we have time, but also we can't see her. But then Duger taps into the lantern and restrains her with the lantern.
And makes her invisible with everything.
Yep, and then Coryllis runs in and just continues to stab and
does
slash
Coryllis things.
So it turns out Wall of Fire deals damage only on a failed Dex saving throw.
He can't
Guess
fail
what?
it.
Coryllis has never failed once in his life.
A Dex saving throw.
So yeah, it also turns out that having really high HP does not matter all that much if you're blind and getting stabbed by a rogue several times a second. Yeah, not great. Coryllis basically solos this fight.
No, like literally.
Yeah, like everyone else
I cut his head off.
beaten around, getting burned.
And then I Captain Morgan mounted it.
Uh-huh.
And then everybody was like, what happened? I was like, oh, nothing. I just killed it. Moving on.
Yep.
It was absurd.
It was wild. I was very impressed by the boss and how well it did at fighting most people until Coryllis just decided that he was done waiting. And
It was not a boss for a rogue.
It was a boss for everyone else. Like, everyone else, like, didn't Bjorn almost burn to death?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, Bjorn had his struggles as the tank.
like, everyone was so close to death. Flynn was like at 5 HP, and Coryllis is just Kirill. It does.
We were all very hurt. A little below half.
I didn't get hit, by the way, at all.
Not once.
Not once. Full HP.
Full HP at the end of the fight. It was not a boss heroic. But moving on,
Yeah.
they went back. He had so they go. The chief wakes up after killing her, realizes what's been going on, notices that Duger is carrying the lantern. He just looks at that and then turns around and says, "Go home." And then they just go back, and he doesn't say a singular word the entirety of the way back.
I think I tried to gamble again with what's his name?
It's not out, yeah. Yeah, so it's
You
not
didn't have
found.
anything.
Yeah,
You did
but he
have
had
anything.
nothing.
It was
and
just
you
for
actually
kicks
end
and
up
giggles.
losing back some of things. But yeah, you guys go back, and Duger's brought straight to the Council of Chiefs, where Hron Wolfir's chief, the clan that's been working against him the whole time, announces that the heir to the warders has returned and claimed the lantern. At this point, no one is opposing Duger in that he is that he is a true member of Hron style, and he is sent down the path of chiefs, which I think might be something that we might want to post a different way, because going through all that lore in this time.
Yes, me and Gavin have an idea. We'll talk after the episode.
Yeah, we will let you guys know how we're gonna distribute that. But Duger finds out some very interesting and plot relevant things.
No, I think we were probably in there for. It was me and Duger that went down there, and we were probably in there for like 30, 40 minutes. This was like a majority of a session.
Yeah, the majority of a section of lore of importance.
We learned a lot of stuff, so hopefully we can find a way to get that out soon.
The important things is that he learned the past of Hron style and how they were indeed part of this, and how Hron style basically got destroyed when the mind flayers ended up taking over it. The lantern was lost, all of the heirs to the warders were lost, and and also the Dragon Sea used to be home to 7 massive great worms. Great worms, as far as everyone on this planet is concerned, never existed. Important stuff. We'll get to that later.
Yeah.
But yeah, as Duger is going down, each vision he sees of the past, he has to make a saving throw and gets hit with psychic damage. He gets
Lots
closer
of
and
it.
closer and closer to
Lots of
death
it.
until the very end.
And Bjorn's following him, and as I followed him, I remember you were saying he looks like he's getting paler and paler.
Dark, like his skin is going from like the gray of Duergar, like growing black splotches,
Yeah,
like pure black, like almost like necrotic.
yeah. No, that's what's going on.
It looked like I was dying.
Bjorn was
going
concerned
from great to
after
pure
every
white.
vision. He was asking like, "Are you okay? Can we keep going?" Because he literally looked like he was dying.
It turns out what was happening was not him dying. By the end, in the visions, he saw Hron style as different. The Hron style he saw in the visions had obsidian black skin and silvery hair. At the end of it, he had finished transforming back into the original form of Hron style before the Mind Flayer enslavement corrupted and damaged their souls. And he returned to the state of the actual old Hron style dwarves. I.e., Duger kind of had a subclass, like subrace change.
Mm-hmm.
That's permanent. He is permanently pitch black skin, white hair.
He's just like that now.
Does not have issues with the sun anymore.
That's right. He had sensitive skin before.
That's why he wore his mask all the time.
Was it eczema? He had eczema.
Sure, yeah. We
Saw the
get a
sun
new magic
first
item.
time, not through a mask.
We get a really nice, cool magic item.
Got a really, really cool magic item. Maybe we'll post that sometime. And also, gained the ability to turn into a planetar.
Yep, which I haven't.
He doesn't know how yet.
At cost of gaining 1 or 2 levels of exhaustion.
That's what it was.
One.
I haven't used it yet though.
Because getting the exhaustion is bad.
Very, very bad. Very bad.
Yeah, it's not great. But yeah, he finished up. He also saw moving on. As he came out as the true heir to Hron style, fully bonded to the lantern, the new warder. Turns out there's a reason that Hron style is called the clan of the ancestors, and it's the most honored clan. It turns out the chief of Hron style is the chief of the chiefs.
Top dog.
And I was the heir.
So yeah,
Hey, everybody.
we have a new chief to Hron style, and therefore basically new overlord of all of the Vikings. who are some of the most terrifying fighting forces on.
What was the first thing he decided to do right when we became chief?
Get crunk, buddy.
No, it was go to war.
Oh yeah.
Yes, we.
Well, no. First it was get crunk, and then go to war. But
What a leader.
well, they'd been expecting this forever. They knew, like from the prophecies, they knew that when the new order came, they would be able to restore the honor that was lost. Because apparently the clans were supposed to defend the lantern, but it was lost a long time ago. And also that they would be able to prevent a massive cataclysm from befalling the Isles by going to war with them. So they knew it was coming, but yeah.
And also, we've been hearing about this war down south that's getting real bad. A whole bunch of pirates are trying to like
just learned about that. Around at this point, we were just learning.
No, you guys had heard about it.
Yeah, we heard about it during the trials, and I think it was Silva that was like, I think I know someone down that's fighting
Several people,
and I could probably help with that. Anyways, so I think I lost where I was going.
I think Duger kind of does like a little war council with the other clans and kind of asks for aid and gains a few
calls for
every single person volunteers.
No, yeah, like
everyone volunteers out of like obligation for
And
him.
desire.
And
Except
desire.
for a couple.
And so we get a few ships and we're like, okay, cool. We need to head back home. By the
Duger
way,
ends up paring back the volunteers as to not leave the Northern Isles completely undefended and unpopulated.
And so-
but most of their forces start heading south.
so we then teleport back to Saito, where we kind of like, okay, we beat the rest of the forces because it took us about a couple months to sail up here. So it's going to be a while before the rest of the forces meet us, roughly where we needed to get going. So we kind of start to prepare.
They teleport to get ahead. They get stuff. They visit Mr. Rosemary, Eliza's dad.
And that's where Eliza's like, hey, I'm going to
Eliza
go
apparently
see
got a
Mother.
letter. Yeah, the guy has to go visit her mother.
And I'm like, okay, cool. Can I join you? It's like, no, I got to do this myself. I'm like, okay.
Specifically, she doesn't think that you are ready for that.
Yeah, I'm not ready for it. And so I kind of just enjoy the moment, stay with her. The others interrupt the room. And like, okay, cool. We need to start preparing. We talk with Mr. B about making some modifications, getting some preparations. We meet his overly excited person, Liam, who's like super excited and has heard stuff about us. I'm like, okay, cool. Well, Liam, before we go, I need to go get some stuff. So we do a bunch of preparations. Coryllis and Bjorn have their own little side adventure.
There's a lot of side adventures.
There's a lot of side adventures here.
Bjorn learns how to
we
count and about water
And taxes.
gravity. No, the taxes come later.
later. Okay, thank goodness. So we do that, and then also Flynn remembers that he's trying to rebuild the Scarlet Tempest,
And you just lost your healer, who's going.
and
to
we
visit
just
Mother.
lost a healer. So he kind of holds tryouts and has
Take a tiny bit of time to talk about this because this is a slightly more important thing.
and so he finds 3 people. Anna, who's like an alchemist that he's heard about from other sailors. Flynn kind of uses his sailor connections and talks like, hey, who can I get to be part of a new crew? So he finds Anna, who's like this alchemist that he's heard about from other sailors.
She uses healing potions in order to support people while not having to necessarily.
Yeah, she kind of just sits on the boat and just makes potions and gives them to you whenever you need them or when she has the tools. And she's pretty skilled. Tim,
Very professional
who
also.
I couldn't pronounce his name when he told me, is this like large hulking orc. It's like, oh, do you have a name for short or anything?
Tim.
Perfect. I'm gonna call you that. Not because I don't want to say your other name, but because I don't want to mispronunciate it and be killed because honor. I have a whole orc or a whole
pacifist.
Oh, perfect. So we gain Tim, who is a pacifist, who I think pacifist cleric, who I think Bjorn is gonna love because like, okay, he's another really
shredded
yeah,
as
he's
all
a
heck.
huge shredded guy. So I think Bjorn is gonna love this guy when they
First
meet.
orc that he's seen in the Dragon Sea, also.
And so I'm like, okay, cool. Here's 2 people. I really only was gonna take 1, but I kind of really need to build my ship up. And there's a 3rd little person who seems like a little young kid, like who's Timothy.
Thought it was an internship.
And it's like, oh, he looks really young, and we can train him and help him become like a really good sailor and all this stuff. So Flynn goes back to the rest of the crew and is like, hey guys, I found some new hires for the ship. I'm thinking about.
I'm a sacrifice.
Yeah. He's like, hey, I'm thinking about potentially getting Anna to join the crew. He goes back and he leaves Finn to watch over them while he goes talk with them. Finn does something to poison Timothy. So when he goes back to the interview room, Timothy is like, "Hey, I'm not feeling so well. I don't think I can make it on this little quest." I'm like, "Dang it! Well, I was gonna offer the job to all 3 of you guys." But Timothy has to drop out of the audition.
So instead, they only get the 2 competent people.
So we get the 2 others, and before we head out, Anna gets some supplies at the shop. So
And by the shop, we mean the black market.
the black market.
Because that's where the cheap alchemist supplies are.
And so I think Flynn took Tim and they went to the ship to like fix it and prep it. Well,
Tim is also a carpenter.
yes, he's a carpenter. And so I believe
call that
Karillis,
carpentry.
Bjorn, I think the rest of the crew plus Anna went to the black market to go get supplies for potions and stuff. And that's where Karillis got some new poisons to use with his weapons and such.
Boysenberry.
That stuff.
Yeah, David had a retcon
Wesley
because he
does.
made it too cheap, and I was about to buy 10 bottles of it. Instead, he kept the same price, but just for 5, so it didn't get as much as I wanted.
Which is good.
Honestly, I should have made it even more expensive, but
Yeah. So we got some new poisons. We got 2 new healers on the team, and we're ready to go. We talk with Mr. B, and he gives us some more information of like, hey, things are getting bad down there. No, he's not there.
yeah, you just got a letter from
We just got a letter from him, and so we sail off towards the main, not main, but
towards Oceania.
Yes,
new region
Oceania.
that you guys have not really visited before.
a new region. So we sail off
Based off
there.
of Polynesian cultures and Pacific islands.
So we start sailing off there, and we run across a blue dragon and a sapphire dragon fighting in the sea. And Flynn gets terrified. He's like, let's keep going. I don't want to deal with that, because if we're here when the other one finishes the other and it sees us, we're dead meat. So let's keep going. And I think Bjorn sees at the very end.
Well, Bjorn was like wanting to go to it,
And I said
but
no.
the captain said no. So I was watching the entire, like, as we were sailing away, I could just continue watching it. And the sapphire dragon, correct? The
Sapphire Dragon won, apparently quite handily, without even looking that bloodied. It also did it by somehow seeming to launch blue blasts of energy out of its hands.
That's correct.
Like, didn't see it, couldn't see it very well. So maybe it could have been like something different, but like it looked like it was throwing almost like blue fireballs or something like that.
Something.
Yep.
So we continue to sail past that. And I believe we run into Bubba again.
Yes, and Bubba is injured when you guys encounter him. He's got huge festering wounds open on his fins. Tim, the new ship's doctor, one of the 2, goes to check it out and says that it says wyvern sting.
Yeah, not good stuff.
Yeah. Wyvern sting is the same poison that they encountered earlier on this island. It prevents wounds from healing. It's a significant issue.
So yeah, we go down. We drink with Barry. We kind of get some more information of like, hey, they've been sailing. There's been more like pirate attacks nearby. They just sailed away from a few different pirates.
One of the sets of pirates actually came and bought something from him.
Yes.
Calypso apparently gave him, who was one of the pirate lords, gave him a huge sapphire egg-shaped jewel, which you guys bought for 300 gold.
Yeah, we
robbed from
him. Which I think I gave him a barrel of Northern Ale. And we're like, I feel so bad for stealing this from you, essentially. So here's some Northern Ale that can like help your sales here.
Except that's probably going to kill most of his customers.
Yeah, well, he has a diverse customer
He's about
base.
to get a lot of Northern Isle
You're
customers.
right, and they'll pay handsomely for that.
So we stay with Bubba for
300 gold.
we stay with Bubba for a bit, and then we sail off again because I think there was a storm or something, and we're like, oh well,
That
here's
was
Bubba.
later, but
Yeah, that happens later.
So we get off Bubba, and I think we are sailing, and we find a town that's being attacked by pirates and a giant manta ray.
Yeah, so these pirates are interesting. They don't look like your classic like swashbuckling pirates. They're dressed as like in leather, in like furs. Their ship is covered in like almost like living plants, furs, antlers, bones, and trophies from fallen animals. And they attack like wild men. Except for one of them, two of them. One of them, who's a druid, who is turning a huge manta ray, who is the spirit guardian beast of this island, against the people. And also one evil werebear.
Yeah. Werebear.
So yeah, they fight it. The manta ray is causing all sorts of destruction, but the people don't want to kill it. They love this thing. So normally when it's not trying to kill them, it's one of their ancestors bonded with the beast. It's terrible. They're fighting. They manage to...
Flynn plays protection and gets a lot of the civilians out of the way.
Doesn't Bjorn do a thing here?
Bjorn and Coryllis are
at
fighting.
the end of this fight.
Bjorn and Coryllis are fighting the manta ray.
hopping on its back, trying to steer it away.
Yeah.
Duger is shooting it randomly,
Taking some pop
occasionally.
shots.
Gulcie's protecting people. And then the pirate ship lands, and the pirates disembark in it to attack. The werebear yells, "Coryllis, you are a dead man!" And then they engage in mortal combat. And then Bjorn rolls the nat 20 of the session, because of course he does, and suplexes the manta ray into the ship.
That was fire.
And then I cut off the dude's head.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then the werebear went from a massive, terrifying bear beast into a halfling.
Yep. After we killed it, and then we captured one of the people and tried to interrogate them, but they wouldn't really give us too much. But they did have a letter saying that
all pirates are ordered to gather for an invasion, to gather to a specific point. Signed by Gabriel, the Commodore of the Red Fang Pirates.
Yep. And there was another letter that we were like, okay, this is interesting that these pirates, we learned that these pirates aren't really affiliated too much with the rest, and they kind of want to burn the world for the natural world, I think.
Yeah, just destroy all of civilization. So it turns out the Red Fangs, while people refer to them as a singular group, are not. There are actually several different factions, which we learned these ones were part of one sect called the Ravagers, which, yeah, they just want to destroy all of civilization.
Yeah. So we interrogate the lady. She doesn't give us too much. We have many different ways of interrogation that don't really work. So we let her take one of our last rowboats and let her escape after the rest of the crew was kind of killed.
Instead of executing her, which she requested several times, and kind of...
We got close to doing it.
Screwed up her worldview a little bit. She's a little bit confused now. Maybe she'll come back later.
Maybe.
Yeah.
So then we're like, hey, we helped you. That's good. We're going to keep going because we need to get to this place.
There's somebody else that comes back. We also screwed up their worldview.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Oh, right. We're getting
That's
very
later.
soon.
So,
very
yeah.
soon.
They arrive on the central island where there's going to be a great council between the three allied powers that are supposedly going to be working together in order to save this. The council of the locals, who are represented by Mother Kalua.
Yeah, she's nice.
Then there is also Dragon Lord Saito, who has brought his forces, represented by Mr. B, who is his main steward.
Yeah.
Highest ranking humanoid official. He is representing them. And then I don't know why you did those air quotes, Eli.
It's just a theory I have, okay?
To think otherwise. I don't know why you
I will get into this later.
Convinced.
I will get into this later.
Why are you so convinced that he's not a human?
I will get into this later. We have to keep going.
I want to know your answer though. Okay, they just, and then the Organization of Eastern Trade Interests. Unfortunately, it is kind of revealed at the council that while these three forces all do have the same goal of stopping the pirates, they don't exactly get along.
Yeah, and
They don't agree on how to.
Flynn and Duger kind of go into this war meeting a little bit and leave Coryllis and Bjorn to kind of like, hey, don't get into trouble. But also, if you just so happen to go onto that really nice looking ship that I'm really skeptical of, I wouldn't be upset. But I just really shouldn't know that you guys are going to that really nice ship over there.
He was hoping to imply to get extra information. He should have been a little bit more specific.
I should have been more specific.
Yes, because at this time, Bjorn became very hyper-focused on the idea of taxes.
In a very negative way.
Very.
So Bjorn...
Not honorable.
Exactly. Bjorn...
Stealing from each other is honorable, but taxes unacceptable.
Well, it's not that. It's that you must fight for those riches.
So if the government challenged you to Mortal Kombat, therefore taxes would be fine.
Exactly. No, that's exactly.
Is that not what the organization does to the locals?
No, but you got to think of it this way. Bjorn has a very.
Bjorn has a continue.
Bjorn's mindset at this time was very Huron Wolfir, right? Mm-hmm. And he's now officially a part of Huron Styles' clan.
That happened at the end of the games. They could all choose a clan to join, and they all chose to join Duger's clan.
Yeah.
Part of Duger's clan now.
Ish.
But
Yeah.
he's seeing this new world, right? Because like we said earlier, he was confused about water being warm. He was confused about gravity. He was confused about all these things. And now he's like seeing what's essentially this government stealing from its citizens.
Without honorable combat first.
Exactly, with no honor done about it. So as they're in this war meeting, Bjorn decides to go stop taxes.
They go have a conversation with this ship and the crewmates
Conversation is a
about.
very generous thing to describe what happened.
I said, Bjorn, are we gonna do something? I didn't know what I actually said, but we're gonna do something about these taxes.
Gorillas just wanted to cause problems.
And we walked straight up to these people and persuaded them. You
also basically released Ukrainian bomb drones into the war room, and
At what point
nearly.
was this?
Remember
That
they
was
released
Finn.
those like firefly things that flew
No, that
around?
was Finn.
Oh, that was Finn. Never mind.
Yeah, that was Finn.
We're at the
It was
entrance.
with
We're
their
at the
assistance, though.
No, we're at the entrance before we caused the havoc, and then we fought at each other. I said, "You're not a very good chief."
Yeah.
So
Yeah, that happened afterward. We're getting ahead of ourselves.
Yes, we do
So
need
There was
to
conflict in the party.
go fast.
But yeah, so
Oh, what the?
So Bjorn and Coryllis is fighting taxes while these guys will talk about what they're doing.
Yeah, this is very important for the players to know. So Flynn and Duger are in like this war room meeting, and they meet up with an old buddy, Captain Bandon, from like early sessions, like session 10.
The one that was in charge of the guards in Elistine back when Venora was a problem. If you remember back in those ancient days.
Yeah,
Speaking of,
Venora also shows up in the room like, what is she doing here?
Yeah, it turns out after Q Esquivi completely shatters her worldview in a lot of ways, she's in prison for a while and ends up actually getting recruited to help with law enforcement and solving some crimes. As time goes on, for good behavior, she kind of gets released into the custody of Mr. B, who is using her for various of her expertise. She reveals some very important information about the pirates. She talks about their 5 factions, which, do we have time to talk about that? Because this is kind of critically important. The fast version of this is basically the Red Fang pirates have a very interesting organization. Basically, any pirate can sign under one of the pirate lords and join their fleet. There are 5 main pirate lords. The first one, led by Gabriel, the terrible person that Eli doesn't like, is the Wyvern Blade Pirates. They are vicious, they are extremely violent, and they like raiding things, and they relish spreading fear. The next one that people learned about was the Shade Blade Pirates. This is led by Calypso, the pirate princess, as people call her a lot of the time. She is the strongest. Her fleet is considered to be the strongest other than the Wyvern Blades, and she is considered to be the best tactician on the seas. She does raid a lot, but she is much more strategic in her choices. She definitely wants the stuff, she steals the stuff, but she doesn't actually like hurting people all that much, it seems like, which is very interesting, though she's utterly ruthless. The third one are the Obsidian Blade Pirates. These ones are vicious night raiders led by their captain, Orion. Orion apparently is a warlock who apparently feeds the souls of the captains of any ship that does not surrender to him to his demon, which is fairly horrifying. After that, there are the Ravagers, which we had already met. This is led by a druid named Laurel. She's a tiefling, and she wants to destroy everything in existence after some sort of tragedy happened, after something happened to set her off not that long ago. The last one are the I can't remember the name. Crap. The last group is led by Sylvester, and they're basically the only orderly group of pirates. They organize and work as internal police for the pirates. All of these pirate groups are underneath the command of Iavel, the Red Dragon, which is what gets them their name, the Red Fangs. Venora was brought in by Mr. B specifically to communicate this information so everyone knows so that people know what sort of a threat they're fighting against. Thank you.
Perfect. So we learn that information in the war room. We also kind of figure out that the war room is at war with itself, as no one really is agreeing, as there's one person that's giving ideas or like saying stuff, but it's not the smartest ideas. And
He's an idiot.
He's stupid. So Flynn and Duger disagree, but then Duger has a change of heart and begins to agree with like, well, I think maybe they're right, and I think things are good. So Flynn's kind of skeptical of this.
Flynn got charmed. I mean, not Flynn.
Duger got charmed. He got charmed by whoever did this, because we have no solid evidence of who it was, but we have theories of who did it. And so we get out of the war room, and I send Finn to go figure out where the others are. And I'm like, well, let's go investigate this ship, because I have questions about this person. So we run into these guys who are the other guys that are dealing with taxes on the ship.
Seafarers.
And well, no, when we show up, we start behaving crazy, and Flynn activates and uses spells to make the crewmates believe that there are seafarers because things were getting chaotic.
I don't know why Flynn and Duger followed along, but I was being irrational and chaotic. Bjorn was like, doesn't know what taxes are, and
Duger actually didn't follow along.
He didn't.
you did until you realized this is the dumbest thing we're ever doing, you know? And Flynn followed along because he didn't want us to get hurt. But we pretty much lied our way in, gave someone trauma about seafarers, and then tricked a whole bunch of other people. I pretended to be an ambassador, and I somehow got authority from that. And then Bjorn pretended to be a crazy person, and I took him all the way down through the brig to the main captain's like quarters, and I was like, Bjorn, this is not how we stop taxes. And he's like, what are we doing here then? I was like, I don't know.
and then leave the most important part of the place with all the secrets they might want.
Without trying to get any of them. Captain's office.
Yep. So they do that. Flynn jumps overboard, pretending to like sewer slide down the ship that's like docked, and flies underneath to like escape away. And then we all
docked in the air because Sky Islands.
So we all reconvene, and Duger.
Well, first off, Duger, like, we walked into the ship, and then he's like, this is wrong, and then he goes invisible, and then everybody panics.
Once we finally escape from the ship, we'll try to do this softly because Gavin still has trauma from
That's why
what
I just said
happened here.
Duger.
Gavin has regrets. Duger is doing his best, but Gavin has regrets.
I hate how I handled this because I broke Bjorn as a character, and then I broke myself because it didn't go very well.
So this happened. This is probably what was the last thing we recorded? This is literally right before we finally started recording.
Still not recorded yet. Yeah.
This is right before we pick back up.
Another great moment.
So Duger essentially tells Bjorn.
No. Tells everyone off.
Well, he just became chief, and so now he's trying to take his chiefly duty.
Yeah. And like telling everyone off basically, but I feel like it's important for me to say this because it definitely hit Bjorn the most, that what we did was dishonorable. And he specifically used those words, and that he's contemplating kicking Bjorn out of the clan, right?
He didn't necessarily say that, but it was a way to the right way.
Very
to
implied.
That, of course, Bjorn would interpret it.
Yeah, that's why I said it. I feel like it's important for me to say it because. So Bjorn takes this to heart like none other, because he finally received his honor that as the cloud giant that we fought way back when implied, Bjorn ran away from a battle, and that him running away from a battle caused the death of so many of his clansmen. And now he was actively doing something that could have caused the death of the newly founded and probably one of, if not the most important clan. And Bjorn has these guys haven't freaking asked Bjorn anything. So this is
not good at this.
So this is like stuff new to them. Bjorn personally took that as a sign that he is the wrong person right now. That everything Bjorn has been taught, his entire upbringing is incorrect, and has taken it upon himself to completely change his person.
I thought you said you were going to do this gently.
Well, okay, now that's the sad part, but now the important part to recognize.
Wait,
Yeah, go ahead.
There was my part now, because me and Bjorn did this together.
Can I finish my thing right before? Because it's only important for you, not for you at all.
Go
you
for
have
it.
a completely different thing.
Yep.
Bjorn is not wrong that he needs to fix things. Yeah, he's taken it way too far in terms of everything he is wrong. But he's not wrong that he does need to reconsider how Hran Wolfir attempts to follow the ancient way. Each of the clans has their own different way of interpreting certain parts of it. And Hran Wolfir, as is shown by this just recap right here, has not been necessarily doing the best job. They were the main antagonists most of the time. And he does need to learn what from those is good and what is among those is bad. So in that part, actually, Duger, you did succeed somewhat. At the same time, it was definitely a little too far, a little too fast.
Yeah, he was a little too harsh.
But who knows? But like whether it actually is a good thing or a bad thing is determined on where Bjorn goes from here.
Yeah. And to symbolize his sort of leaving behind Bjorn's old self. So Bjorn's axes were a gift from his mother, and really the only gift or memory he has of his family, of Hran Wolfir. And he sold those axes to a blacksmith and took up a shield and a hammer just as Duger holds, a hammer just as Duger holds. And that's kind of where Bjorn was last set before we started playing again, or recording our sessions again.
Coryllas took it an entirely different way, though.
Yep, and here's his story.
So, my guy, how do I put this? Well, he got mad. That's the simplest way to put it. He got mad, more or less frustrated because I guess he was treating it all fun and games because he's like, oh, and I'm part of Duger's clan, and there's only 5 of us. It's all fun and games. And then he's like, oh, now he's getting reprimanded by him. Like, who is this? Who is this joke? I've been with this man for so long, and I do not see him as a leader. And so when he said that, I was like, Duger, you're not a leader. You do this. You don't know how to do that. And I at the time, I said some harsh things. And then he just stormed off, and he didn't really, in a way, I think at the time, like you threatened to like throw us out of the clan. At that moment, he did separate himself from your clan, or verbally, orally. I think, yeah, verbally. I said, well, I don't even want to be part of it, and then he stormed off and went and just pondered somewhere. But I really don't know what I want to go from there. But he did have some resolutions from that. He had a new perspective on what he wanted to do with himself as well. But it's not with your clan, it's with himself personally, and other people around him.
So overall, while it seems really rough and Gavin is not happy about it, character growth did come along from it. And then afterward, after some time to cool down for everyone involved, Duger ended up going off in order to try to find Coryllis and talk with him. Also, one more thing that led to it, we kind of skimmed over the shenanigans on the boat, but it was actually really potentially damaging. Like, they caused a lot of chaos.
Exactly.
A lot of things really bad. If there was any chance of them working
start
with...
a fire at one point? No. Oh.
No, that's a different ship.
Like, they were causing a lot of issues. Like, they caused huge diplomatic issues with one of the most powerful forces in this part of the world. Like, we skipped over it, but like Duger had good reason to be angry. He exploded. Yeah, maybe it wasn't the right way to go with it, but he had good reason. He was entirely understandable.
The
I
way
would have exploded in that situation too.
The way I diffused the situation was like literally a bomb.
Yeah, literally a
And
bomb
the
was
roll-
used in order to try to like.
The rolls were with us as well that night. The rolls were with us that night because we should not have gone out of there.
No, you should not have. You should have.
I
died.
kept seeing our future get darker and darker and darker, and then I said, let's just turn around, and we walked out.
We've backed ourselves into a corner. I think we should leave.
Just turn around.
Bjorn, I have an idea. Let's leave.
But we all went to, or I guess I talked with Gavin, and he tried to reconcile with me, and I was just like, yeah, it's fine, yeah, whatever, it's fine. You're just doing your thing, and then in reality, I separated myself from Duger that night, mentally, and now it's just like, yeah, whatever, and then just went to bed normally. Same with everyone else. But the next morning, you went and talked to Bjorn. And that's when you kind of like...
That's when I really kind of screwed.
That's when it sank in what you just said, and Bjorn was like...
No, yeah, so...
The first sign was Bjorn was nice with Tim.
Yes. Okay. Yeah.
No, that was actually not the first sign.
Okay, this is something we've kind of glossed over, but like there was some good NPC interactions, very entertaining times. Tim and Bjorn don't get along. Tim is a pacifist, and Bjorn is Bjorn. The two of their internal philosophies are so against each other that, of course, they clash fairly frequently. Actually, Tim once accused Bjorn of being dishonorable because he wanted to execute a captive, and when Bjorn was nice to Tim, everyone freaked out.
Yeah, so before I was nice to Tim, Duger came to my quarters, right, to apologize. And when I opened the door, I was very happy and very excited to see him. I was like, "Oh, it's Chief, how are you?"
So happy.
I was like,
And he's like,
this is interesting.
literally-
Duger immediately was just like,
oh crap.
oh no.
Something is wrong here.
And I basically was telling him so he tried to say sorry to me, and Bjorn instantly shut it down and said, "No, you're the chief. You had a right to say these things. It was important for you to say these things. I needed to hear these things," kind of thing, right? I was like, what you are the chief, what you say is law, and I need to take it and make sure I can follow that law kind of idea.
Duger's caused some party issues.
Gavin has some mental issues.
Yeah. But you know what? And I think this is where was the session that we started recording again on.
I'm pretty sure it was.
No.
Did we get?
Oh yeah,
Because we went back to the war room. We never.
We went back to the war room.
And the council broke up.
The council broke up. We learned more stuff from Venora, I think, roughly along the lines of the pirates. Flynn and Duger both got charmed by the lady
again.
or we think the lady there. And the war room, they're not going to do anything. but we know this information that we didn't share. They also
They're talking
learned
about the lady. They're saying the representative from the Organization of Eastern Trade Interests, which is basically the Trade Federation / the East India Company,
which
with some good people in it. Like
Coryllis knew some stuff about like the pirates
That you guys didn't.
Yeah, that they were gonna meet. They were saying they were gonna meet at one place. We said they wouldn't meet there. If we know this is a trap. You're trying to set us up. This is really bad. So the war room broke up. And we were like, hey, we need to figure this stuff out. We need to go talk with this lady and try to get on her side.
Mine was like, let's go start talking to the individual people and try to like rebuild it. But instead, we went and just talked to the one lady and gathered enough information to know like, okay, that's not going to work out anymore.
Yeah, we went and talked with her. We also went and talked with Mr. B after we got this plan and stuff.
Yep.
Like, hey, I need you to take my ship and spruce it up, make it nice. Here are some plans. Can we borrow a ship from you? Here's some stuff. And we talked with him. He told us some stuff. We made a plan of going to where we think the Red Fang or where the Wyvern Blades are meeting.
We met. Oh no, yeah,
no, all the Red Fangs, not just the Wyvern.
Yeah, that's why I said the Wyvern Blades are meeting.
All of the pirates.
Yeah, it's like all the Red Fangs, Wyvern Blades. I'm getting mixed up right now. Where all of the Red Fang pirates are going to be meeting up. We're like, okay, cool. I guess we're gonna try to infiltrate that then.
Mr. B was all down for it.
He was down. We didn't tell him a lot of the plan because if there was a spy,
He told us
You
not.
told him the entire plan, and he said he was going to have his own memory altered in order so he didn't know the correct
Exactly.
oh, that's right. So
This man's dedicated. He also gave you guys some interesting information about how to identify dragon spies, which are a significant issue for them right now. Because dragons can all shapeshift.
yes, he did tell us some stuff of
They
how
have
to
tells,
identify
pretty
them.
much.
They have some tells. And so we're like, okay, cool. New ship. We need to go undercover. So some people went into disguise. Bjorn and Duger stayed the same, just different names. Flynn and Coryllis did costume changes.
I called myself Lugger.
The first time around, what kind of brought about this is that when I went and talked to that lady, as I just put on a whole different persona.
Yeah, so it turns out Coryllis is a method actor.
I'm a really good acting. I'm a really good method.
More than Flynn.
And
He turns into the most annoying, horrible, like...
most effective.
I don't know even how to describe the persona
Effective.
you put on. Effective is
like
not normally
war,
the word
it was
I would
like
describe.
War Master.
I was the war
East or
strategist, the
something. Yeah.
best war strategist in the Eastern
War
Blue.
counselor.
War counselor, that's what it was.
And he put on weird makeup, acted fancy and pretentious.
Basically,
Yeah.
imagine a
Great
male Effie.
Yep, that's it. He found the words.
So we went in. Coryllis got the information that
I
needed.
went with Flynn.
And they
No,
dosed her
went
with
with
truth
me.
potion.
Oh yeah, I went with him.
And they dosed the representative of the organization with truth potion.
I drugged
enough
her.
of it that she wouldn't want to stop talking, and everything she said would be true.
And she talked about how she was doing shady business with pirates.
Well, not that she was doing shady business with pirates. That she their help was a little bit shady. They wanted to extend economic influence, but they legitimately did not like the pirates. The pirates were terrible for business.
We knew that something
just
was
want
wrong, but
capitalism.
they weren't completely evil and working with pirates. Like, okay, cool. You're still suspect, but not as much as you were at the beginning.
Yeah.
So
They've got bad intentions,
Exactly.
but the intentions have nothing to do with the pirates.
And
The
then
pirates are
I robbed her of her most precious objects right in front of her eyes.
because
the
he rolled
papers.
another freaking nat 20.
Actually, I think I rolled 4 nat 20s in that.
Over the course of that night, it was
Yes,
terrible.
it was a lot of-
Nothing went
And then
right
I
for
gave
me.
Flynn, I
Nothing.
gave Flynn's monkey. He started acting pretentious too, and I gave him alcohol, which kills fey
Yeah,
creatures.
they don't like alcohol. It's really
And he
bad
got
for them.
drunk, and then I made her open up her personal safe and took her expensive alcohol, and then I think the sapphire and a whole bunch of important some documents,
Yep.
and then we left, and she enjoyed it.
we left. We got the new ship. We ported all of our stuff from our old ship to the new one, so the old one would get repaired and new upgrades. And we sailed off.
to that
A
pirate.
bunch of paperwork about the rental ship.
Yep.
That was the worst part of all of it.
So we sailed off with our new ship. And
With new personas, I switched to a different one.
Flynn
I turned into
switched,
Peggy.
cut his hair.
Peggy came with the ship.
Flynn normally, yeah. Peggy came with the ship. Flynn also did the whole costume change. He normally had long, like black dreads, and he shaved them as like buzz cut and a whole new attire.
Got upgrades to his arm and a fancy new sword.
Yes, he did get a sword from Duger. He's like, hey, I made this sword. This was from like the cave where we discovered that dragon. I'm like, hey, thanks,
Apparently,
Duger.
he did not connect the dots. That from the cave didn't mean I found this in the cave.
No.
It meant I took that claw we found in the cave and I made a sword.
And I made a sword. I didn't put to Flynn smart. Not.
I was low key a little jealous. I was like, why didn't I get a sword?
Well, now we know.
Now we know because
There was a very specific reason.
I know now.
also to you specifically, Coryllis. This sword that he has, this looks familiar. This looks like that one random sword that Eliza occasionally randomly yanks out of nowhere.
Oh, that would have
and
been nice
stabs
to
things
know.
with.
That would have been nice to know.
It looks extremely similar, as if it was made potentially out of the same material and was maybe based off of that
I've
sword.
never seen her
You know,
wear it.
had a model.
If you told me that, I probably would have connected the dots a little sooner.
Sorry, I
Flynn's
didn't
never
think of
seen that
saying
sword
it.
in his
You're
life.
fine.
Yeah, Flynn
Is
however, has never seen it because it turns
never
out
there
so
when
let's
she does
consider,
cool stuff.
Why on earth would Eliza not do it in front of Flynn? Because it might tip off that she's hiding things.
He's always unconscious or away when she does really cool stuff.
Or being
She
controlled by
waits until
shadow
he's-
demons.
And waits
Yeah.
until he is unconscious to do it because she freaks out when her boyfriend is about to die.
So he gets his sword from Duger. So Flynn has been working on a gift for Duger and has been working with Mr. B to craft something more artificer-like. As like, hey, thanks for this gift. Here's something for you in return. So Flynn has a new weapon. Flynn has a new weapon. Flynn's working on something for Duger. We sail off to try to like combat and meet with the
Well, we told the lady that, so we gave her the whole plan.
We gave her the
We
plan.
said that we were going to go to these other separate points and do like a circle around and then return back and give her some intel. And that's not what we're doing. We're lying to, I forget.
we're going like directly.
We're just going to go directly
Basically, what we're
there.
doing is we're giving false information to every single group and trying to find out like where the spies are.
That's what we were going to do in the original, but we just met with her and didn't meet with anyone else.
You
And
also
we're just
know
like,
Mr. B and
Yeah.
Duger went and talked with.
we also
We like sped ran and just said we did talk with the others.
yeah, we didn't.
I wanted to
spend
do
time
that.
actually-
That's right. That's right. I was like, yeah, I wanted to do that. I was
we're just gonna speed
war.
this. Yeah, we were in the war room, but you're the one that wanted to go to each person and do that conversation.
He gave false. So they gave one piece of false information to each of the
That's
three
right.
factions, and if they find out that the pirates knew about one of those false things, they know. They gave a different piece of information to each group. Whatever they find out tells them where the spies are intercepting.
Exactly.
Every
came up with
now
that
and
with
then
myself.
we just like regain consciousness and do
genius.
something smart.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Actually,
I came up with this idea. Come on, give it to me.
No. Anna came up with this idea.
Yeah.
Told you guys.
So
Now that's also slightly relevant. Anna came up with this idea.
yes.
I never talked to her in my life.
And so roughly, I believe we might have missed some stuff, but roughly that is where we're caught up. So I believe if you listened to this, you are now fully caught up to where you need to be for. Sorry about that. Our audio cut out at that last second. But what I was going to say is I believe you guys are all caught up on everything Aventara. So you can go ahead and jump on into episode 25, the new Red Banner Pirates, when it comes out later this next week. We're so excited for you guys to be back with Dungeon and Dingnuts, a whole new version. So once again, welcome back. We're sorry about the break. We won't leave you hanging, and we are excited for you guys to be a part of this brand new journey. So hang in there, Dingnuts. I hope you're ready for this adventure, because we sure are.